special happen right here.
How huge is this? Here we go.
Here we go. That was something. Shut it down.
I think vert skateboarding is growing quickly, and women are a huge part of that. And they're leading the way in a lot of ways.
I've been competing in vert contests since before this generation of girls was even born. So to see this new generation really pushing the level with each and every contest has been super inspiring to watch.
I'm amazed at the progression that we've seen just in the last 5 years. I mean, it was the highlight of our event last year.
It was monumental to see Arisa True's 720, first time ever in competition, Tony being right there.
Oh, we just saw the first 720.
It was such a beautiful moment. And then seeing all these other tricks, seeing the kickflip nose slides and varial flips, it was just so inspiring to see how much these young girls are really pushing it.
If you look at the average age of the top women, it's very young. They're doing new tricks, they're doing new combos, and they're the ones leading the charge.
These young girls, they're really breathing new life into vert skating.
Not only are they progressing and pushing it forward at an alarming rate, it's super competitive. Everyone is right on their edge, and they're just one-upping each other little by little as it goes. That is the formula for it to really blow up.
And it's just the beginning, because as they get older, they're gonna get stronger, they're gonna learn more tricks, and I'm just so excited for what's to come, not only this event, but over the next decade.
Tony Hawk Vert Alert 2024! We have the world's best men and women to compete and celebrate vert skating!
Hello and welcome to Salt Lake City, Utah, the official state of sport. Famous for rock climbing, snowboarding, mountain biking, and everything outdoors. But today we're inside the air-conditioned Jon Huntsman Center for the 4th annual Tony Hawk Vert Alert, the premier skateboarding vert contest in the world. And thank you everyone for joining us inside for this legendary event. I'm Paul Zitzer, along with, speaking of legends, Lizzie Armanto. She is an Olympian skating for Finland. She's been on the cover of Thrasher magazine, first woman to ever do the loop, and is a legend in her own right. Lizzie Armanto, thanks for being here. You've had a busy day.
Yeah, I came from Woodward straight here, and I'm so excited.
It's going to be a good day. What are you looking forward to out here?
The skating, obviously. There's so many new faces, and I don't know, it's just like watching practice is like already blowing my mind.
Yeah. There's old talent and new with a lot on the line. Let's talk about the stakes here today. Of course, there's money up for grabs, but the reason everybody's motivated to rip here today is those top 6 qualifying spots going straight to the X Games in Ventura 2024, along with last year's Tony Hawk Vert Alert top 3. Now let us talk about this legendary half pipe. It is 72 feet wide. It has 11.5-foot transition with 2 feet of vert. That makes it 13.5 feet tall. There are 2 18-foot roll-ins for maximum speed and air time. And the depth gap, 8-foot wide channel. This ramp was made way back in 2001 for Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Huck Jam, and it is perfection. Lizzie, you've skated this ramp a bunch. What is it about it that makes everyone love it so much?
I mean, it's aged so well, and then like it's perfect. Like you can barely feel the seams, and it's the perfect ramp if you want to fly.
That's right. It's amazing that it's been set up and taken down so many times, and it's still perfect. If you have money to buy a vert ramp, this is the ramp you're going to want to get. Built in 2001. Here we are. What is that, 23 years ago?
This ramp is older than most of the girl competitors, I think.
Yeah, it's ancient compared to them. All right, let's take a look back to 2023. This was the podium. Reese Nelson was absolutely crushing it, as she does. So many technical lip tricks and all the spins in 540s. Asahi Kaihara, she came out of Japan and just smashed it with so much style and grace and power. Arissa True, come on. She has been on a tear lately. Look at that, body burial, 540. That's just a warm-up. Front side unit, I was gonna say 540, but the hand touch coping. She was last year's winner. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup. We have 2 heats of 7 skaters. This is heat number 1. Kira Ellis will be the first skater in from Australia, followed by Mia Kretzker, Caitlin West, Joey Yarborough, Mizuho Hasagawa, Carlin McKibben, and Lily Erickson. Let's talk about the format. We call it, how do we compete? There are 4 runs in order. Skaters can skate as long as they stay on their board or they want to pop out. 14 total skaters, 2 heats. Top 8 skaters will be moving on to the finals. It'll be judged on overall impression. That's key, so don't just repeat the same run over and over. It's going to be a great event. Top 8 advance. Good luck, everyone up there. Now let's send it to the 3rd member of our crew, the legendary Jason Ellis.
Legendary. That's funny. I hear you guys talking about this ramp being pulled down and rebuilt over and over again, and it's still better than it's ever been. I wish I could say the same about myself. I've been rebuilt a bunch of times, and I'm really crooked. It doesn't work the same way for humans, trust me. I'm very excited for this contest. I saw some synchronized dancing before the contest started, so these ladies are ready to go. They're very fired up. I don't remember seeing synchronized dancing in the men's contest before, but I think it's time to start adding that because it's inspirational. It makes me want to get out there and skate. So the ladies are going to start shredding. The first person is no relation, believe it or not. It's Kara Ellis, but once they go, somebody falls, the next girl goes, and so on until they get 4 rides each. And the best women make it to the finals. So good luck, ladies. You guys ready out there? Remember, these ladies right now are competing to make it into the finals, so the louder you are, the more it encourages them to stick their tricks, make it to the finals, so you're helping them all out by making some noise. So let's get it going, everybody.
Starting off the day.
Here we go.
Straight into a back to there.
Kira Ellis in for her first of 4 runs here on the ramp. With this format, Lizzie, What, if any, is the strategy for these skaters trying to make the 8-cut?
I mean, definitely mix up the runs, but for the first run, you just like want to get something out there. Then
I
build
agree.
on that.
Yes. What would be your first wall in a contest run?
I mean, they're both the same, but I'd probably go on the side without roll-ins. I don't know. My go-to is just like a backside air. I keep it simple.
Yeah, no, you want
Like
to stay
Kira.
on. You want to feel good. This is Mia Kretzker in for her first run, 540.
First one of the day. She must feel really good about how her run's going.
Absolutely. Rock and roll slide.
I feel like that's not easy on a flat wall.
Right?
She's putting it together. Oh!
What would you say is the difference, though, between doing it on a flat wall versus a curved wall?
A curved wall will keep you in the bowl or ramp, depending on what it is, but a flat wall, you kind of just have to, do your best to stay over it. It's a bit more tricky. Ooh, she just missed the channel.
This is Caitlin West. Nice frontside Smith, throwing out some lip tricks. Fast plant.
That was sick. Well,
Whoa.
Feeble's hard on here too. Oh, she's trying to get back up to the top. Mute air. Or Weddle.
Miller flip, and she's out. All right, when you're like 4.5 feet tall, this ramp has
It's
got to
huge.
be
It's
really
huge.
difficult to skate because it is a giant transition.
I will say though, if you're smaller, your center of gravity is lower, you can hang on a little bit better.
Yeah, there are pros and cons to being shorter. This is
Joey.
Joey Yarborough, 11 years old, from Vista.
Ooh, over the channel. That channel's no joke. It's 8 feet, and that's huge, especially for these girls.
Yeah, there have been people have fallen into the gap, and
It's not a pretty sight, yeah.
Oh, Caballerial.
Nollie tail grab, that was sick too. Back. Good combos.
Nollie boss.
Ooh, Madonna.
She is putting in the walls right now. She
Yeah, that was a cool run.
ran out of ideas. Great run.
There's a lot of tricks in there. It's really cool to see the different things that they throw in.
Coming in next,
On the roll-in.
Mizuho Hasegawa. She is the winner of Tampa Pro from a few months ago. Absolutely slayed it there.
She's so powerful in how she skates.
The,
Ollie, you there?
the Japanese vert scene. Oh, that was so sick. She was kind of backseat and somehow stayed on, but Japanese vert scene
Wow,
is
that was a
blowing.
really good backspin. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a tough slam.
Full commitment though, props to that. Do you have a name for the tail grab body varial?
Alicia always does it, and I think she's tail grab body bag. Is there a name for it though?
I don't know. I grew up calling it the Brontosaurus, but I don't think that's official. I'm trying to make it official though, because I like it better than the body varial. Okay,
Backside air.
Carlin McKibben, Ocean City, Maryland. Great vert scene there from back in the day. The blue ramp. Shout out to Matt Dove.
That was sick. Invert. This ramp, you really have to keep your speed up, otherwise it's hard to get to the top. I think that's the difference between skating a small ramp and a big ramp like this.
Easier to regain your pump. You're right, but I was gonna say the one advantage this has is it's such a fast ramp though. Like,
Yes. If you have your speed and you keep it up, you can fly.
This is
Wow,
Lily
lip
Erickson.
slide over the channel. That was impressive.
Heavy.
It takes guts to do that.
Are there any tricks you, beautiful
Lots of
blunt faking, tricks you want to do over the gap that you haven't?
I want to kickflip over the gap, but I haven't got there yet. That would be cool. I've backside ollied it, so that's like, you know, the first step.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
heavy.
kickflip Indy. This is a good run for Lily.
Super tech.
Lily's from Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken.
She's hyped. That was run number 1. Back to the top of the order for second runs.
Kira from Australia.
It's so rad how international vert skating is right now.
Wow. Second wall. I like it when you do a hard trick in the beginning of your run because it kind of like sets up your special meter to like keep it going.
They always say you should start strong and end strong, which makes sense.
Ooh,
But
good
you're right.
bonus.
Psychologically,
Ooh, she just missed the channel. Wow.
man. Psychologically, starting strong is the best way to go.
It is. It's such a gamble though, because like you risk it all, like losing the whole run.
Mia Kretzker, are there any skaters in today's semifinal that you're totally unfamiliar with?
There's a couple actually. I don't know if I've seen Mia skate.
Right? I mean,
There's a whole new crop of girls coming up.
it's awesome.
I love it. I love seeing it.
How many days a week do you put in on a half pipe?
Dude, every week is different.
Yeah.
I feel like it goes from like, you know, if you're filming, you could skate like 5 or 6 days a week for long sessions. Like this week I was at Woodward. Wow, that was incredible.
55. Right.
Dude, it's scary landing fakie.
It's a heavy move. I put the fakie 5 at the top of Dream Tricks on a half pipe for myself personally. That's just such a scary one.
More like nightmare for me.
Yeah, I can go either way.
Lip slide. Fast plant. Oh yeah.
So on the top left of your screen, you see those 3 names. That is the current standings as the judges are calling it. So we are live with the scoring. It's less about points and more about standing, where you're currently slated amongst your peers, which makes sense.
Joey rolling in.
Blasting, backside air. Weddle.
Slide to fakies feels so good too.
You know what? I mean, really, at the end of the day, anything on a half pipe can feel pretty awesome. Dropping in, it could be the best feeling of your entire life. The first time you drop in. So life hammer.
Hurricane. It's so cool seeing these girls pull off these tricks.
It definitely helps a ton to learn the spinning tricks when you're young and small.
Yes.
And you're able to bounce without having to go to the hospital, and you can come back pretty quick.
I would agree with
those
that.
spins and tricks like the fakie 5.
They can be hairball.
Yeah, when you're taller and bigger, it's scary. Super scary. Here's your
Big
leader,
sailfish.
Mizuho, winner of Tampa Pro back in April.
It's a lot of pressure coming into an event after, like, you know, coming off of another good event.
You're right. I mean, obviously, maybe there's some carrying the momentum through, but you're right. Once you start to feel the eyeballs on you, it can change things quick. Average age of the skaters in this heat is 13 years old.
So crazy. I wasn't even skating then.
Me neither, not vert. I was just skating, but I hadn't found a half pipe to skate yet. So, hey, when you can do a 540 already and you're not even 13, you're in an advantageous spot. Put it that way.
Wow, that was an amazing run by Mizuho.
It really was.
She's stoked. That's just solidifying her spot.
Lizzie, talk about the effort it takes to put in 3 or 4 full contest runs.
It's exhausting. There's so much pressure, and then you're just trying to remember your run. Here, you want to mix up your runs. You don't want to have the same run. Yeah, I don't know. You can, if you haven't, just the nerves alone are exhausting. So that on top of putting out your best tricks and like coming out here, the altitude. There's a lot of different factors at play. Another Stalefish over the channel.
Mixing it up. Lip tricks, hand plants, airs. And that. Blunt Steaky.
I think that's like the hardest trick for me. Ooh, kickflip Indy.
You know, it's one of those tricks. It's just timing. If you can figure out the timing, it becomes really easy, but until then, it's impossible, right? It's like, you know, we all know we struggle with tricks, and then you find the key. Like, there it is. That's the key. You know what I think the key to the blunt fakie is? You pop out of it while your body is still on the way up.
Okay.
Okay. Full standings after 2 runs. Let's take a look. Mizuho Hasagawa from Japan up on top, followed by Mia Kretzker from Australia and Lily Erickson rounding out the podium currently. Women's vert semifinals. Remember, there are 2 heats. 8 skaters overall will advance to tomorrow's final.
Wow, she was really hanging on. That body jar was scary.
When a body jar goes south, it's maybe one of the worst slams you could take. Jason Ellis experienced one of those last year here. Oh, what a McTwist. Speaking of McTwists, Lizzie, you're going to be skating with the inventor of the McTwist tonight on this ramp in the Legends demo. You're going to be skating with Mike McGill. What is it like to be skating
and
with
Lindsay,
him?
who's the first woman ever to land a McTwist.
True. Good point.
Mike, dude, I love skating with him. I love seeing him because he's always like pumped up, and you like see him go from like, you know, being like, yeah, we're just chilling to like, he's on and he's competing, even though it's a demo.
I think all those guys, you don't get to be that good. You don't become a legend by taking her easy. You know what I mean?
Definitely not. No, they're still pushing.
Caitlin West. What do you think? Is it easier for the younger kids to skate in an environment like this because it's new and exciting and they haven't maybe been through it where it starts to get really mentally challenging, or is it maybe overwhelming? Do you have any idea?
I mean, every person is so different. Like, I mean, you know, in skating, there'll be some person who like picks the hardest trick first, and that's easier for them. And I think competing is the same. So, you know,
Yeah,
for some, like when I first started skating contests, I felt like it was so exciting, and just like the energy, the community, and you know, you work so hard to like put together a run, learn new tricks, and finally like it's your time to do it. And then other times, I think, you know, once you know what's going on, or sometimes it's hard to just get over the nerves. Like, you know how to skate, but then, you know, under pressure, that's a totally different skill.
What was your experience like at the Olympics, nerve-wise? Was it the same as any other contest?
The Olympics was bizarre because there was no crowd. It was just like, you know, because of COVID.
But you knew.
It was the biggest contest ever, but there was like, it didn't feel like it was like empty. But it was great. I think it worked out for me. Like, I feel like mentally I was like, oh, I'm just going to enjoy it as it is.
Awesome. Mizuho back in, and she is blasting.
Oh, wow. She is taking some slams. I think it goes to show how excited these girls are because, you know, it's a thrill riding this ramp in this setting.
In this setting, well, it's like this. In a contest, you will definitely force tricks that in a normal day you're going to bail out of because you're like, this one I might hang up. But you don't want to bail your run, so you try to hang on. And
no, now's when it counts.
Now's when it counts.
Sometimes it's worth the slam. And these girls are so tough. Like, Mizuho already got up from a slam, and she's going back at it.
For you personally, have slams affected you differently as you've gotten older, psychologically and physically?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely tough, and I am now more conscious of it than I think I was before, but I also like spend a lot of time trying to take care of myself and work through it.
Current standings, top left of your screen, Mizuho Hasagawa still up on top. Mia Kretzker from Australia in second. Lily Erickson, top 3 right there.
Whoa, she traveled across that.
To avoid hanging up on the edge of the champ.
Oh, she was going to do curl side revert. That would have been sick.
One thing I did not mention about this ramp is newly layered in Skate Light is a game changer. Skate Light, best surface in the world, the fastest product in existence, and it's the perfect surface for the perfect ramp.
I would agree with you. Also, these ramps over time, they get so slick, so skating it at this time is probably like the best.
Beautiful. Weddle 3, setting up here. Fakie 5.
Must feel so crazy to land in first.
Right? Wow.
Yeah.
Unit, front side 540 hand plant. I think I called that Miller flip earlier. That was just a
She just
misstatement. Unit.
Like an airwalk. That was sick.
Joey Yarborough back in.
Joey has such a smooth style.
That is a good looking front Smith. Backside grab 3.
She likes the nollies. Cab.
Great cab. Nollie back tail grab.
Judo. Judos feel so fun. It's a silly trick though.
You know, it's hard to kick a foot off without changing your whole balance point.
Absolutely.
It looks so easy, and then it turns out it's not. A great looking trick though.
What's Joey's kickflip?
4 runs is a lot. 3 runs typically was always the norm for.
I mean, these girls are so young, I don't think they're phased by 4 runs, but
True.
I will say the time in between on the deck waiting for your run, it's nerve-wracking.
It is. I mean, even during practice, it's nerve-wracking, knowing you have to time your practice to kind of peak when it's time to drop in for your run, right? And that's hard to do.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's a snake session and you can't get the runs you want, and then maybe if you're bailing more than you want to be, of course, you're like, I'm not getting the walls in that I need to be ready. It's a mental battle.
Skateboarding always is.
It always
That was
is.
a nice nose grind.
And the body jar straight into the judo. She has so many tricks.
Yeah, her bag is deep.
Nose grab 3.
Ooh, lean disaster. Those feel cool. Dang, full run.
Great work.
She has been taking some slams, so that must feel good to make it back on the deck.
So she is definitely looking good to advance to tomorrow's final. But this is only one of 2 heats. 7 skaters in each heat, 14 skaters overall.
I mean, arguably first place is the safest you can be out of this
Yeah, actually,
heat, but
if you win this heat, you're guaranteed top 8 then. How about that? So these skaters qualified into this Vert Alert through last year's placings, top 10, and then Tampa Pro results, and then there were a few wild cards.
awesome.
We're down a few skaters, though, who had to be heading out to, where's the qualifier? Istanbul. next weekend. They're trying to qualify for Olympics. Heat 1 in the books. Tony Hawk's Vert Alert 2024. They're from Salt Lake City, Utah.
That was awesome. There were some heavy tricks that went down. Oh my God, look at the girls going up.
So much variety.
Dude, look at, they're ready.
Yeah.
Dude, for anyone that hasn't been up one of these ladders, they're so steep.
I want to take a look at some highlights. Here we go. The unit, frontside 540 hand plant. Blasting.
Back to back.
I love that stalefish. Frigid judo. Alley-oop. So sick.
.540.
It's crazy how commonplace the McTwist is.
Dude,
And
fakie
then-
to fakie 5. Insane.
Yeah.
That stalefish over the channel. That just looks like it feels good. Kickflip Indy.
Beautiful. Wow, that's a great looking McTwist.
She stood up on that like she was ready for the next wall. Ooh, do you see that speed wall?
Yeah. Way to hang on. Whoa. Judo lead a tail over the gap.
Combos.
For days. Take a look at the final rankings from heat number 1. No surprise there. We followed it all the way through. Mizuho Hasegawa from Japan finishing on top and essentially clinching her spot into tomorrow's finals, followed by Mia Kretzker from Australia, Lily Erickson, Joey Yarborough, Caitlin West, Kira Ellis, and Carlin McKibben. Heat number 2, women on the ramp right now for some warm-ups. When we return, we'll be kicking them off. Heat number 2, stick around.
You're seeing something special happen right here. How huge is this? Here we go. That was something. Shut it
Jump into Hot Wheels! Welcome to the world of Hot Wheels skate. Grab a Tony Hawk board and skate like a pro. Or grab some shoes and level up your tricks. Whoa! There's no limit to how hard you can shred. And ride the most epic Tony Hawk parks ever. Playsets come with one board, each sold separately. Jump into Hot Wheels!
I've been shredding this ramp for years, and I know how to do it pretty safely. When it comes to keeping my physical data safe, I'm a total amateur. Time to call the real pros and shred it. Shred it.
breaking the law.
breaking the law, 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 breaking the law.
Now with a chance to be a gold medalist. And Mama gets the money tonight. And the gold medal is his with a 92.5-point ride. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The road to a gold buckle begins with a gold medal.
What makes a legend in skateboarding is this combination of influence and progression. Not only have you been consistently pushing yourself, but the people coming up after you have followed it and supported it and praised it. And then you're a legend.
Seeing the lineup of the Legends demo, it's like the Hall of Fame of vert skating. It's incredible to see these people who have built this sport to be all in the same space, skating at the same time. It just gives me goosebumps. They love it enough to keep doing it when it's riskier, when it's harder.
Everyone loves a good show, and the guys that are on the ramp in the Legends demo, they know what they're doing. I don't think people realize how small skateboarding is. So you're legitimately watching the guys who paved the way. And then to be in a contest on the same ramp, it's always a trip.
It does feel pretty unique to skateboarding. Other sports, you don't get to play basketball with the guy who did the first dunk. You know, it's a pretty special thing.
They're inspiring us to realize that we can keep doing this. You know, we could skate our whole lives, and that's just the beautiful thing about skateboarding. You never leave skateboarding, so the fact that it's celebrated at Vert Alert is just such a beautiful thing to see.
Vertical Legends Jam coming up tonight. It's going to be a good one. Heat number 2 of the women's semifinal currently warming up on this most perfect of vert ramps, the Tony Hawk Boom Boom Huck Jam ramp, built way back in 2001. That really does make this one of the, if not the oldest ramp around, and it is still perfection. There's the legend there. See him skate tonight. Tony Hawk. Shout out to Dave Swift, who's up there shooting photos this weekend. Legend photographer also. Heat 2, women's vert semi-final start list. First skater in, Aaliyah Wilson from Australia, followed by Yuzuki Mizote, Jada Ward, Lily Stefasius, Juno Matsuoka, Asahi Kaihara, and Arissa True. Such an international field out here in Salt Lake City this weekend. It is a cool thing to see how vert has exploded around the world. The hardest thing about skating vert might be finding a good vert ramp to skate. If you want to be a vert skater, sometimes you have to take it into your own hands, like Tony Hawk did, and build your own ramp, because they're not found on every corner. It's not 1982 anymore. Lizzie, you have a backyard vert ramp.
I do. It's cute.
How was that? How did you make that happen, though?
I got it because I had budget from Finland for doing the Olympics, and I needed something to spend it on, and so I was like, well, I'm getting a ramp.
Yeah. So, again, not easy. The way you get a backyard vert ramp is first become an Olympian.
No,
Rest might
that
fall
was
into place.
I wasn't an Olympian yet. I was try to be an Olympian.
Yeah, got you.
But
yeah, or come up with the budget and some space.
If there's a will, there's a way. That's what I heard back in the day. People would they'd just put stuff together and make it happen.
Yeah.
And it was sketchy.
Let's get this party started and send it back to the top of the ramp to Jason Ellis.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. You are also a legend.
Yeah.
Hope that feels good.
Yeah.
Heat 2. This is where I would say big boys, but this is where the big girls are. This is some people that do some stuff that I wish I could do, which I'm a little jealous of. But I'm excited to see these girls push it and make it into the final. They are fearless. They do synchronized dancing on the deck before they drop in, but I feel like now I'm intimidated by that. When anybody does that, I'm now going to start to get nervous because these, make no mistake, these ladies are killers. Girls, are you ready? You guys ready? They're not paying any attention to me whatsoever, but that's fair enough. I'm just going to call it. Utah, are you ready for Heat 2? That's what I like to see. All right, first up is Aaliyah. You start this off. You go whenever you want to go. Make some noise, Utah.
She's in.
It's always scary starting off the heat. A lot of pressure.
You know, I have a theory, though, that at least you just got to be skating in the warm-up. So you take some of that energy straight into your run. Rather, if you skate last, you know, you just start to sit around and maybe freeze up and think too much. But
to
again,
each their own. To each their own.
everybody's different.
I think for me, I'm like, don't put me first.
That's funny, because for me, I'd be like, get me in so I can get out. All right, wow, frontside Smith grind, sick one.
Lip side. Dude, lean sides have been so fun lately. Invert. For me, inverts are like a comfort trick.
Really?
Yeah. Let's go upside down.
I'd say they're a little scary because you're going upside down.
Like we've been talking, like apples to oranges.
Yeah. I have like nightmare visions in my head of just missing a hand. That's all. I won't put it in your head, though. Let's talk about the Japanese vert scene.
Dude.
Well, first, let's talk about Jada Ward. Coming from Australia with her dad, Trevor Ward, who was a pro vert skater in the 90s and is just holding down the scene out in Australia.
I love that. I hope they have like a family photo of them doing doubles.
Oh, that would be sick. He's still ripped, so there should be.
It must be so cool. Like, I think in Thrasher there was like an article with like fathers and sons, or no, there was a Grosso love letters, fathers and sons.
Right.
I hope they get to do like a women's one day.
That would be
mothers
amazing.
and daughters. Lindsay is gonna be a part of that once our kids are like super into skating, if they want to do that.
Right. We won't force them.
No, that is a hard thing. I think there's a lot of pressure.
Lily Stefasius from Germany on the ramp.
Lily has such a clean style. I just saw her a couple months ago at her home park. Ooh, finger flip lean tail. Love that.
That's a little shout out to you right there.
I think so.
Okay, average age in heat number 2, 16, so a little older.
Dude, I mean, the oldest girl in this contest is 18. That's so young.
That's amazing. Lily just throwing down the fakie to fakie 5 like nothing.
Yeah. Putting in work. Also, first run, that must feel really good. Off the roll in. That's
Juno.
a big roll in too.
It's huge. It's 18 feet tall. Okay.
Alley-oop judo.
Did you see earlier McGill in practice
No.
got speed wobbles down the roll lane?
I didn't see that,
It didn't end well, but he's going to be skating tonight. He came back. All right.
but so scary.
Juno, ripping.
Another board slide.
It's a popular trick here this weekend.
Ooh, kickflip Indy. Invert. Backsmith.
Proper.
That was awesome.
Getting a high five from Tony Hawk. How do you explain the success of the Japanese skateboarding squad?
Okay, like the stuff to skate in Japan, they don't have the best stuff in the world, but I think they're just so passionate, and you see it throughout their culture with like different things, and they just know, they just know how to perfect some things.
They really do. Asahi placed 3rd last year at Vert Alert. Beautiful Madonna.
We were roommates in Florida at the Tampa contest, and it was like the first trip it's the first time I ever met her and got to skate with her, and she is incredible. She does some tricks that I don't see anybody do.
What spots did you hit out there?
Oh, of course, Kona, and we checked out some backyard pools, and mostly Tampa Skate Park.
Okay, awesome. All right, here we go.
Arisa.
If anybody's been paying attention to what's going on in skating the last couple weeks,
she's been putting down some hammers, like no joke, for the gnarliest tricks you could do on a skateboard.
Yeah.
Man or woman.
Absolutely. She did switch McTwist on cement, and then, what, a week ago did a 900?
Yeah.
Insane.
She did Mick Egg, too, recently.
I can't even fathom that. Look at that, fakie 5, right at the top, switch backside air.
Switch backside air is such an underrated trick. Full run. She's on one.
She certainly is, and I would imagine it's going to continue. That's the end of run 1.
Did you see that? That was frontside, board side. That's a scary one.
Yeah, it is. You click your wheels on the way in from that one. It's
scary.
Yeah. Current standings. Cut line right there. Lily Stefasius from Germany, currently in 8th. All that can change. It can change with every run. And I want to shout out our judges real quick. We got Jason Rothmeyer, Mike Frazier, and Amelia Brodka. Great judging squad.
That is.
Also, a legendary judging squad.
Judging is so tough.
Have you judged some major events?
No, I have zero interest.
You can't win as a judge. You only lose.
Oh, yeah. I respect what they do incredibly.
Oh, alley-oop Weddle looking proper. Jada Ward.
Frontside air over the channel. 8 feet.
Nice.
Ooh, a little nose grind. Ooh, frontside, backing it up.
The combo. Oh, 83.
That was sick. That is a scary trick to commit to. She's making this look really easy.
Wow. Did she put a hand down?
Yes.
Amazing. Another perfect run.
Also, look at all the girls are high-fiving each other. That's what I love about vert skating, is like everyone is so supportive. Like it's such a small community, and they really get behind each other.
Yeah, you have to, because, right, like you said, it's a small community. We all kind of have to look out for each other. It's like, you skate vert, let's skate together.
Crail air to tail. That was sick. You don't see that often.
Lily was another skater who was in the Olympics.
She was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so hot. Also, when we were competing, you had to have ice vest. Oh
Whoa!
my God! Wow, full commit. I feel like that shows the contest mentality. Like, no matter what, you're trying to like stand up on something.
For sure. That was crazy. Blasting right
Madonna.
there.
I'm sorry, Method.
Yeah.
Other M. stale. Whoa.
Tweaked. Double
Oh my
grab.
God, double grab. I love that trick. I love it because it's such a funny one. It's like, shows character. Smith grind. Smith grinds are such a cool trick. I feel like that was the first trick where, oh, kickflip indie. First trick where I felt like, whoa, I thought you had to be good to do it.
Okay, so the answer is you do, but it was like the first really good trick.
It was the first trick for myself where I was like, there's no way. Wow, that was awesome.
That was so weird how she did that.
She like kick turned out of the back blunt, but she made it look really easy.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean though.
Yeah, no, so when you're coming up in skating, there's a point where you're like, oh, I wish I could be a good skater, and then at some point you start learning harder tricks and you're like, whoa, 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 I thought these were for, you know, good skaters, and I don't know. That's skateboarding.
I like the tweak on that Weddle. Benny!
Saran wrap. Like these are back-to-back heavy tricks. Madonna, she has one of the strongest Madonnas. Nose grinds, feeble fake, those amazing tricks.
She skates with a ton of power, but also just butter smooth.
Yeah, she makes it look easy. I feel like anyone who is really good at what they do, they make it look like effortless. And sometimes that's like hard in a contest because if you look like you're not trying hard enough, that it can be judged against you.
This is the bottom of the order.
Big 540.
Just so proper. The perfect technique.
I feel like the trick of choice over the channels, stalefish for girls.
You're right.
I wonder if it's because like girls are so flexible, like naturally. Whoa.
I mean, anecdotally, I'm going to speak from experience. I can't do stales because I can't reach. I just get fingertips and the board floats off the feet. And I'm like, man, if I would stretch once, maybe I could learn that trick. All right. 2 runs down, 2 to go. The top 8 advance to tomorrow's final. And then the top 6 skaters overall on the weekend go to the X Games in Ventura. Coming in that roll-in. So it's basically, it's like 5 feet taller than the ramp. And when you go down it, it's going to give you a lot of speed, even if you don't pump, and you're going to have to deal with it on the next wall. Can be terrifying.
It can be. Wow, frontside nose grind. I love how so many girls are doing that effortlessly. That is something that is so new in skateboarding. Like, I feel like 6 years ago you would not have seen that on this ramp. This is a huge ramp to be doing that.
The progression is real.
Feeble fakie.
Oh,
wow.
fakie shove.
That's a tricky one. You have to really get the right push. Or flick. And it's not a flick. It's like a... You just,
like pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't pop. It's like you just kind of nudge.
You need the right nudge. Yes. That is so awesome. I love alley-oop tricks. Frontside air, no prop, floating it over the channel, backside ollie.
A big part of this too is like using the whole ramp. It's really easy to get stuck on just half of it. And all these girls they're going, you know, doing laps back and forth.
This is definitely one of the wider ramps at 72 feet. Yeah, you have to be really good just to be able to get from one side to the other without having to take 5 walls to get there.
Weddles are so, for me, they're such a hard trick. I like don't know how to like blast and bring it to me. But I feel like there's people that like, for them, it's like their go-to comfort.
You're right. And if you...
Whoa!
Wow! Back nose blunt, yanking it in.
That was sick. Another one you have to like have just the right amount of speed for. Oh, she made her 5. That was sick.
Cleaned it up. I was going to say, when you are one of those skaters with the Weddle technique, then you have the jump on the McTwist. If you struggle doing that grab, McTwist is going to be a nightmare.
Rolling in off the roll. Rolling in. Alley-oop, judo. Sick.
There we
double
go.
grab. Double grab into 5. Wow.
Just whipping it. I love seeing the different techniques people use for their 5s.
Also, I love seeing how there's so many girls doing lip tricks. I feel like it's so easy to only do airs on this ramp. But to do lip tricks, you have to have the right technique.
And you were saying before the show started that this ramp, it's big, so lip tricks can actually be kind of hard on it compared to like a small whippy vert ramp. Timing is crucial for lip tricks, and when a ramp is this big, it makes it really tough.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge your speed sometimes, but on an air that's like, you can just blast and it kind of doesn't matter. You have a little bit more time, but on a lip trick, whew, it could be, you know, dangerous. Japan air.
Oh,
That
and the Benny.
She blasts that.
And you know, that trick for some whatever reason always gets like, it makes the top 10 list of tricks people don't like. But when somebody does a sick Benihana, it's rad. There's like,
that was sick.
It's a great trick. It's cool looking.
I think, okay, Asahi has one of the most amazing Benihanas, but if I would say like favorite Benihana ever, Alex Burleson.
Incredible. Yeah. Can't go wrong with any of his tricks.
I think he does them like how they should be done.
Okay. I'm gonna throw it back to Hasoi, but
I haven't seen his Benihana.
It's pretty great. Yeah. I don't know if he's done them lately, but does an amazing one. It just floats. All right.
Madonna.
Marissa back in. Showing everybody what's up.
Switch frontside air.
Oh!
Wow.
Frontside half cab nose slide, 180 out, whatever you want to call it. Frontside cab nose slide. That
Another
trick is
lip
ridiculous.
Trick.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But just that one doesn't make any sense. When you're turning towards your heels and you're aiming for the coping, you can't see it. There's a million things that could go wrong.
Backsman.
There's a look at the current cut. Ooh. 8 skaters advance. Lily Erickson is on the bubble. Joey Yarborough is out.
Backside ollie. Frontside air. She's setting up for something. Ooh, that nose grind. Rolling in.
Fourth and final runs here in the women's semifinal. This will determine which 8 skaters move on.
A lot of pressure on this run.
Jada Ward from Australia.
Back-to-back nose grinds.
Indy 3.
Ooh!
Oh!
Wow.
Half cab nose grab.
Lily from Germany.
Germany's always had a strong vert scene. Going all the way back to Klaus Grabke in the 80s.
It's hard out there though, because I mean, most of the year, like you're skating indoors.
They got some great birch vert ramps in Europe though. The indoor birch vert ramps are the best. Like so precise. Now don't get me wrong, they're not as good as this ramp, but they're really fun.
This ramp used to be covered in birch. I remember skating it and it was perfect. I mean, it still is perfect. But
Juno coming in.
that method.
Alley-oop judo.
Double grab.
The whip McTwist.
So with Juno, she's been doing kind of like the same run.
Right. And we talked about the format. It's overall impression. So that can hurt in the eyes of the judges. Even if you're ripping, they want to see, do they want to see the same 13 tricks 4 times each, or do they want to see, 50 different tricks? The answer is they want variety. But it's hard to give it to them,
It just depends on how you skate. Like, I think for most people it's easier to get one run down, but, it's more fun if you're mixing it up.
These last 3 skaters here in heat number 2 are already in that top 8. But we'll stick around for the official results.
I mean, this is just practice for them at this point. They're ready for finals.
I mean, I feel like there's no question Asahi's going to the finals.
I mean, with a Madonna like that, I couldn't argue.
The consistency is next level. Oh!
Wow.
There, she got the nudge. Crazy.
That was awesome. She's stoked. You can see a smile on her face.
Great work from Asahi. Last skater of heat number 2 is in, Arissa True. From Australia, alley-oop, Weddle with the tweak. Trick of the weekend, front stale. A lot of Madonnas too.
Good Madonnas.
A lot of Indy 3s. The level has gone up exponentially, even since last year.
It's inspiring. Like, I feel like seeing these girls skate this good is so exciting. I wish I was their age and skating with them.
Age makes it tough.
I mean, I still go skate with them and it's fun. Doesn't matter how old you are. But I mean, I guess thinking back of when you're like coming up and skating, you're just hungry. It's
a little different. It's easier to stay motivated and progressing when you're a young kid, and every day is a new experience. You're skating new ramps for the first time. You haven't been there a million times. It all matters. Take a look at some of the bangers from heat number 2. That's Lily Stefasius.
Finger flip, lean tail.
So sick.
Double grab.
Oh, she judo kicked that Benny.
Dude.
Crazy.
I love it when there's the tricks that you're not expecting. There's kind of like the classic ones, like we keep seeing the sailfish over the channel. We see people set up with like a backside air, but throwing in something that not everyone's doing, even if it's kind of like, weird, quote unquote, I feel like that's a risk that makes you stand out, and that's what's going to get you to finals.
I agree. It really helps to have a ton of variety.
Like, skateboarding is supposed to be fun. So you got to do tricks that speak to you.
Right, so some skaters get in the habit of just focusing on the hardest tricks.
Yeah.
And it's always impressive, but a lot of times they fall into that category of skaters where you're like, yeah, they're really incredible, but they're not my favorite. I don't love what they do, right?
I mean, skateboarding is like dance, and if you're skating and you're really feeling it, you're doing stuff that speaks to you, other people are going to feel that, and that's always going to stand out.
I agree. Final results right here. Arissa True taking the top spot, moving on to tomorrow, along with the top 8. Asahi Kaihara from Japan, Mizuho Hasegawa from Japan, Juno Matsuoka from Japan, Lily Stefasius from Germany, Mia Kretzker, Australia, Jada Ward, Australia, and just squeezing in that final spot from the USA. Congratulations to Lily Erickson and the top 8 skaters moving on to tomorrow's final. What do you think? Lizzie, did the judges nail it?
I mean, I wouldn't argue with them. I feel pretty good about this lineup. This is just the semis, so, finals, I think we can get a little bit more critical, but this is a great list.
special happen right here. How huge is this? Here we go. Here we go. That was something. Shut it down.
Tony Hawk Vert Alert 2024! We have the world's best men and women to compete and celebrate vert skating!
Welcome everybody to Salt Lake City, Utah, the official state of sport, famous for outdoor adventures for days. And today we are inside the air-conditioned Jon Huntsman Center for the 4th annual Tony Hawk Vert Alert men's semifinal. This is the road to the X Games. Thanks everybody for joining us. I'm Paul Zitzer alongside Corbin Harris. Corbin, we've already seen incredible skateboarding today. We have much more still to come. Talk to us about your experience being here.
To be honest, this is my first Vert Alert in the flesh, so I'm pretty excited about it. Obviously, this time as well, I'm hosting X Games again, so I'm really excited. This is a qualifier. I get to see the level of skateboarding, which is through the roof right now, but I get to see everyone that's going through to X Games in 2 weeks.
It's been a fun journey to watch skaters come through Tampa Pro to here and then on to the X Games. Now, let's talk about the evolution of vertical skateboarding.
You go watch a vert contest in 2024, and the tricks are insane. What it used to be is the runs were 45 seconds long on a ramp that was much smaller. The culture has just changed, and now it's like every contest is a highlight reel.
The field of vert skating is growing so rapidly. There's so many new tricks, and it's really pushing the top level. I mean, we're seeing 900s in runs now. We're seeing 900 variations, new lip trick variations, and it's just really fun to watch.
Body barrel 900 to a body barrel 5.
Something that's really important in a jam session is to let your runs build as the contest is building. You can feel the crowd. You can feel what the other riders are doing. You just got to really pay attention to it and kind of match it.
I think the jam format allows people to fully do everything that they're capable of because there's so much time to do that, and you're not constrained by just having the best run count. And I think that's something that brings out people's best skating.
To win Vert Alert, we're gonna need big air, hard tricks, and maybe something new. And I feel like if everyone's doing their best, it's gonna be that one new thing that kind of tips it over.
So today's semifinals is heat format. Each skater gets 4 runs. Let's talk about the stakes of today's Tony Hawk Vert Alert. There are money on the line and spots in the X Games in Ventura. 6 spots. It's a big deal.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, last year you saw the crowd that we had there. It was the biggest ever watching the
Massive.
women's and the men's for Vert. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what happens this year, and they've gone bigger and better for X Games, so I'm excited for it.
Talking about bigger and better, this ramp is absolutely the best. Built back in 2001, 72 feet wide, 72 feet of perfection, okay? 18-foot roll-ins on either edge. The ramp itself, 11.5-foot transition, 2 feet of vert. So this is a 13.5-foot tall vert ramp. And then, of course, you got the 8-foot channel in the middle. That's sort of a gap of death. People have found that out the hard way, including Tony. And we should mention, it's layered in skate light, the absolute best surface in skateboarding, lasts forever, and it's as fast as you like.
It is unbelievable, that ramp. It is perfection. I'm going to have to say that again.
It really is. You skated it.
I've skated it. Here are some of the highlights from last year. Jimmy Wilkins in the mix.
This reminds me of you at Tony's ramp on the daily.
I don't know what footage that you've been looking at, but you're looking at the wrong footage, I'll tell you that. One of my favorites out there, Moto. Just an incredible trick selection that he's got.
And the style is just oozing on the ramp. Eddie Damastoy, the Frenchman, absolute powerhouse, smashing it on every wall.
Eddie with a massive smile on his face.
So we got 2 heats here today in men's semifinals. Top 8 skaters will advance to tomorrow's final. Heat number 1 coming in first, a couple of young Japanese skaters. Emma Kawakami and Ao Nishikawa. Ash Wilkums, Rob Lorpus, Beaver Fleming, Colin Graham, Soya Inamoto, Zach Miller, Jeremy Green, and Shay Donovan. Who do you like, Corbin?
I mean, it is a stacked heat right here. I mean, the 2 Japanese kids off at the start, I've never seen them skate before. Watching them in practice now, they've got some tricks. And the 900 in the frontside rodeo, that's pretty hot right now.
It's going to be wild. We're ready to kick this thing off, but we can't do it until the 3rd member of our crew makes it official like only he can. Sending it up to Jason Ellis.
How's it going, Utah? We ready or what? One more time, Utah. Are we ready or what? That's what I like to hear. All right. I'm going to say one kid's name, and then when that guy falls or makes his ride, you know who's next, and you just keep on going. It's a jam format. You guys get 4 rides. May the best man shred. Wait, you guys are going to keep practicing, or are you going to stop? You have to listen. These guys are maniacs. They're doing really crazy stuff. I'm really happy that I'm old and I'm not in contests anymore, because no, I don't want to do that. They're maniacs. And they're really little. Look at that guy. He could beat me in a skateboard contest. What happened? What is that? That's crazy.
He's about my height.
I want to shout out Jason Ellis for recently putting down a 540. Kind of changing skateboarding in the process.
Okay. It's not about me, Paul. I appreciate it. It's about these guys. Ema, are you ready, buddy? Where's Ema? You're Ema, right? Are you Ema? You are?
Yes, he
is. Are you
is.
ready to go?
We need some confirmation.
You are? Okay.
It's go time.
Make some noise for Ema, everybody. Come on.
Here we go.
9 years old. Look at this kid.
There it is. The
Straight
900 straight in the frontside rodeo. Look at the size of this kid. Can you believe it? I've been watching him all morning, and I just can't believe the runs that he's been putting together. I actually said to someone before, I was like, is he going to win X Games this year?
Yeah, it's weird when you're 9 and you can already do every trick.
He's claimed
to
it.
7. He's so little, he pumps with his hands on his knees for extra power.
I absolutely love that. He just jumps off on the kickflip backside lip slide. Hey, for everyone at home, I've seen that happen this morning already, so you're probably going to see it today.
Absolutely, he does that trick to revert too. All right, Ao Nishikawa coming in. Now he's the veteran at 11 years old.
Paul, I've been watching all morning. First time I've seen these guys, as I've said, this kid has it. This style, the trick selection, everything that he's got. You know when you just see people, for me, this is it, with tricks like that. Keeping his speed still all the time.
Yeah, it's obscene how good this kid is.
No! Maybe when they learn tricks, it's like, oh, what are you doing? A kickflip backside lip side? All right, I'm going to learn that today too.
Ash Wilcombs coming in from New South Wales, Australia.
Yep, same state as me. I love it. I've known Ash for a few years now. He's got some huge tricks, massive amplitude. Even though I hate that word, I don't even know why I said it, but I'm going to ban myself from it this time. Ash's family, they're a great bunch of people. His mother used to be a pro surfer as well. He knows what he's doing out there. He's been skating Tony's ramp for the last couple of weeks. He's looking good.
Next skater in for his first of 4 runs, Rob Lorifus. Encinitas, California OG. I mean, let's be real. Southern California has been the heart of vert skating forever. He grew up right in the middle of it. I met him before he could hit the lip.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you must have met him before I did. I remember seeing him at all the contests. Rob, he definitely is a special place in my heart. He's just a good person. And hey, like, it's tricks like that, which I remember him doing on Mega Ramp back in the day.
Coming in next, Beaver Fleming. You may know him from Nitro Circus Insanity. Double backflips, celebrating as he smashes into crash mats. It's kind of psycho.
There's one thing about Beaver is that he loves to get the crowd hyped. And he just throws down any tricks just like he just did then. But he's always got a smile on his face.
Yeah.
Kickflip, Indy, throwing it down straight into a McTwist. Little 5-0. Really getting stuck on that little over the depth. That's
right?
a scary
Maybe need to break some wax out up there. Whoa.
Have you seen anyone break the wax out before on that big pole?
Colin Graham coming in next from Virginia Beach, Virginia, famous for its vert scene way back in the 80s with Mount Trashmore and the Windsor Woods crew.
Who did Colin look up to, Paul?
Sergi Ventura and that whole squad. The Gutierrez brothers.
The funny thing is, I've traveled the world a lot with Sergi Ventura back in the day.
Yeah, we all have.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Coming in next, Soya Inomata from Japan. This kid, he just got 3rd place at Tampa Pro back in April, and you'll see why.
Well, the way he keeps his speed through this whole run, smoothest frontside nose grind I've ever seen. But look at the height he has all the time.
Yeah, he's so smooth. His technique is dialed. Oh, I love that. 360 body jar, that is a scary trick.
From the frontside 3, I'm into that too.
And a double flip Indy. Wow. Okay, let's talk about judging real quick. We got 3 judges, Jason Rothmeyer, Mike Frazier, and Amelia Brodka. So they know what they're looking for. This is based on overall impression. You gotta mix it up. You can't do the same run over and over and over and then hope to win. Zach Miller in the ramp. I mean, in some ways, he's most famous as being the great ripping son of Chris Miller. Hey, we'd all take it, right?
We'd all take it, but guess what? He rips on his own.
Yes,
Look at the style that he's got, the tricks that he's got. He's just oozing styles he rips around this ramp. And obviously, he skates this ramp a lot too. That's why we have those nets on the side of the ramp, so no one gets hit on the in the grandstands.
In next, coming down the Roland, Jeremy the Rubberman Green. This dude will tweak every trick to its fullest possible extent. End of story.
I was there the day that he did the loop at Tony Hawk's factory. It was a pretty amazing moment. You should have seen the smile on his face after he went upside down, just like that one.
Did he tweak it? Was he fully tweaked upside
I
down?
think he might have like done a cess slide on the way out of it or something. Like actually like just kind of like speed checked.
I like it. He can take everything to, whoa, he kind of got hung up on that too. He takes everything to disaster.
Paul, we might actually need you to get up the top with that wax, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll get up there. End of run one coming in right now. Shay Donovan.
One of my favorite skaters. I love his style. He's cool, calm, collected.
A modern day chrome domer from Colorado. Smooth. I like the full green kit also. It's hard to pull that one off.
He does it with ease. He's got one of the sickest cap companies too, called capscompany.com. Check it out. Support your skaters.
Oh, Susky!
Susky is so sick.
That kind of become one of his signature moves, the fakie shove to revert. Back to the top of the order. Now we know who's skating. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy the insanity. Emma Kawakami.
So you've been in so many vert contests before. Like, what does he do from this point? He's doing a 900. He's got this run. Like, what else can he do to perfect it?
Okay, great question. I'm gonna say he's already perfected everything he's doing. What separates, if Mitchie said it in that piece about vert skating, is you have to make up your own tricks. You have to introduce new things to skateboarding and then have people follow those things.
Right.
That's when you know you've fully broken through.
Got you. Exactly like Mitchie's done.
Exactly, yeah. So right now, this kid can do everything he's already seen anyone do.
Right.
I can't wait to see what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
Current standings right there. Soya Inamata from Japan up on top. Emma Kawakami in next. Shay Donovan, top three.
Heel flip indie.
Wow. Kickflip, body burial 5.
Spin with that in the body burial 5. Here it is. Kickflip backflip.
Oh, he does it.
Are you kidding? His feet on that. I can't believe it. I love it.
Nose grab 7.
And the spin that he does, it's so quick. I'd be taking that claim too. Up, get up. He got me on my feet, I'll tell you that one. Kicky backflip. Wow. I'm hyped on that one.
Ash back in. Much larger dude than the previous two. Harder to spin when you're creeping on 6 feet versus 4.5 feet. But he's got it because he's got the height and the power.
He's been riding for Birdhouse out of Australia. He's been skating this ramp on and off in between all these Olympic contests. So it's hard to go. I feel like it's really hard to go from like skating that size to a vert ramp, you know,
Absolutely.
or like the different transition sizes. It's really tough on the legs and you don't really get what's going on. I mean,
and timing in vert is so crucial. So to switch back and forth from a tight transition with no vert to a big transition with a lot of vert, I mean, changes everything. You have to force yourself to really settle in and figure it out. Because sometimes if you push the tricks, you just find that you're just full of bails.
I mean, 2 Birdhouse guys that ride for Tony's company are there, Tom Shah and Tate crew. Like, they wanted to make sure they had it. That was insane.
Beaver.
Sorry.
Nah, it was like, I mean, Troy Chasen used to do that trick to tail frontside, and it was called the axe murderer.
Yes.
I mean, is that an axe murderer backside? It might have a different name. Might be the beaver murder.
I think he has a name for everything.
Frontside 5.
It's non-stop here. Wow. Wow. Paul's hits up.
Oh, kicky indie to fakie. He's still going. Alley-oop half cap. See, there's no time limit, which is crazy. That is rare.
And all right, like, you've been in so many contests before, but I'm going to throw questions at you as we go. Like, that just must be a lot on you, on the body, to try and stay after 35 seconds,
Dude,
right?
the stamina, when you have those nerves, those contest nerves, they sap your energy anyway. You have jittery legs dropping in.
Yeah.
By the end of 35, 45, 55 seconds, you're dying.
Yes.
But also, I just want to know that you are talking to the worst contest skater of all time, so I don't know what it's like to stay on for 45 seconds. I heard it's painful. Okay, back after it. Colin Graham, Virginia Beach.
I love that ollie into that.
Oh, El Gariel over the 8-foot death gap. And a Crail Madonna. He's got a very unique bag of tricks.
Yeah.
And he keeps getting better.
I feel like you can just tell that he skated with a certain bunch of guys and really picked and chose the tricks that he wanted to over the years. And they come from many generations.
Yeah, and there's, I want to shout out Alan Midget and his son. You know, the Midget clan. Keeping it going, holding it down for Virginia Beach. Zach Miller is in. So that's Nathan Midget, by the way. Son rips. Okay, he should be here.
I haven't
Zach's
seen him
up.
before, but I'll check him out.
Oh, 1-footed front tail grab. He got super loose, headed towards the gap and stayed on.
Backside nose guard, I really like him. He really sat on top of it. Whenever Zach does tricks, he's just doing them to perfection every time. You know, he's doing it an extra length of the coping, or he's just going for it every time, which I like, or holding the grab a little longer.
This is Jeremy Green, the rubber man. Wow, look at that quick disaster. What?
What was that?
I don't know.
There's one for Sergi Ventura.
Yeah, the champion, the 360 burial. A flamboyant flyout also to the deck. And taking the shirt off at some point during the event.
And dancing to Madonna. He did the Madonna tour back in the day, so.
Last skater of the second runs here in men's semifinal heat 1, Shea Donovan. Nose grab 540. Oh, nose grab 7.
Switching up the line a little bit on that one.
As we move into run number 3, we've got the little dudes back in. This is Emma. 900 like nothing, like taking candy from a
back-to-back
baby.
Are you kidding me? That's the loudest that we've heard this place in Salt Lake City. Rocking the Yankees cap. I like that little American inspiration there. Double kickflip Indy. Style from Miles. I really want to see a full run.
Whoa, back-to-back.
Just coming off. We're going to see more. Doesn't matter. Sit tight, people.
Ash Wilkums back in. Powerhouse. Blasting. Stalefish Tweaker landing low and hanging on. That's when it gets really hard. The next few walls, look at him. He's trying to fight his way back into kind of a solid run. He does it. But still, like, struggling a little bit on each wall for speed because it takes a while. When you land really low, especially on this ramp, it's hard to get back to the top because it's giant.
You know, I think also not only like landing down a little bit. Oh, switch bump's cool. But it's hard coming out here when you're not used to skating all these guys. Like coming from Australia, I remember coming to contests and being like, all right, there you go. You're next to Eric Costin, or you're next to so-and-so. Like, you're like, I remember my legs wouldn't even work properly, so it's hard. I definitely understand that.
Yeah, you know, you could be the world's best skateboarder, but you still have to learn how to handle skating in contests.
Yeah.
It's a skill. It's not necessarily just a talent. Yeah, Rob. Frontside 540. Average age of heat number 1 is 23 years old.
Okay.
So it's a huge change from the women's side, where it was 13 years old.
Right.
Okay. And 16 years old.
I love those stats, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm into those stats.
I got a guy, a stats guy. He's feeding me info. Everywhere I go.
I thought you were just extremely smart. You didn't even look at anything, holding anything up. Here's Beaver. He is back in third run.
Okay.
I mean, this is the Nitro Circus showman. Him and Travis Pastrana are holding it down. Shout out to Travis.
McTwist, backside grab 5. Ooh, fighting that landing. Oh, micro Madonna to sit on it. I like that. Okay, taking it to Fakey. Here we go. Alley-oop, cab, grind. He's off his board. Colin Graham, Virginia Beach. Back in. Fork burns. You know about the fork burns, Corbin?
No, tell me about the fork burns.
The Windsor Woods crew.
Yeah.
They're from an area, Virginia Beach, called Windsor Woods, and they all got brands from forks. And they did that in the 80s, and they're still keeping it going in 2000s.
Oh, he's got a fork branding himself from the crew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty intense.
And they're holding it down.
All right, I want to take one quick second to welcome to our booth, Tony Hawk. Tony.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, Tony?
How's it going? What's happening over here? Is there a vert contest?
Yeah, and it's pretty serious. It's pretty serious.
Wow.
I just saw.
Oh, what just happened right there? Was that a kickflip varial flip 540?
Yep.
Into a stale 7? What did I just walk into here?
I mean, there's back-to-back 900s going down.
Goodness.
It's all going on.
This is all the goods. Oh! No. It's all right.
Tony, this is your event. I mean, thank you.
Yeah, by title only. No.
So what we're seeing on this ramp right now, though, I can say you're responsible for most of it. People doing 900s, now it's become commonplace. How does it feel?
It's amazing. I mean, what a time to be a skater. What a time to be alive. And the idea that I get to be here and still be skating and be in the mix is an honor, but I cannot believe how far everything's come. It's wild. I mean, just watching the girls practice, and now look at Ash with just all these tricks that would have been best tricks 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Jeremy, did we used to call that? Oh, is that Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Oh, sorry. I'm blind. I was going to say, that was a whole new one. Oh! Wow. Okay, now I know it's Jeremy. Cowgirl disaster?
Yeah, or tweaking it. That's what we were saying.
Wow.
I said to Paul before, I remember when he did the loop, and he said, did he tweak it when he came out of the loop? I said, I actually think he did.
Yeah, he kind of did.
All right, there's the last skater run 3 of 4.
Oh, Shay with the 7.
Huge smile on his face. There's Cab down there in the channel, clapping his way for Shay Donovan.
Tony, what do you think of the 9-year-old and the 11-year-old? This is Emma Kawakami.
This is the future.
This is back-to-back 900s.
Here you go. Emma with a 900. No problem. Look at that landing. Oh, my goodness. No notes on those. No notes.
No notes from Tony Hawk on those. He's doing it perfectly.
Amazing. Oh, wow. Look at that. Kickflip barrel 5. This is just like filler now. Kickflip body barrel 5 is just like, yep, I'm getting from point A to point B.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Indy 3.
Tony, Corbin asked this before. Could he win?
Wow, that's a good question. I feel like the judges want to see a little more variety on the lip, maybe, but yes.
But it's funny that it's a thought that a 9-year-old could win pro vert.
I mean, look at Arissa. You know, like, that's changing the game. She's so young, and you know, there's a lot of
So this is the veteran, Nishikawa. He's 11.
Oh, man. Heel flip Indy with a carve is so hard.
Wow!
Oh, that was the dreamer.
I've been waiting for him. His style, the kickflip backside lip side before. Jim from Real nearly jumped over he was here and he jumped over. He goes, Coleman, I saw the kickflip backside lip side. It was so steezy.
Here's Ash.
Ash has been skating
it's
here
an honest
around.
mistake. That was wearing black, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've been skating with him recently at the ramp.
I was actually on tour with him in Australia too, back in back in November, and he's ripping. Whoa, getting loose on that tail grab 5. Oh,
About loose.
just flopping it down.
That was a bail where he landed.
Yeah, Ash. Yeah, buddy.
Rob Lorifus.
Flappy Bird there.
Yes. It's good to see Rob Lorifus back and ripping. Tail grab 3, thank you.
When was the first time that you saw Rob Lorifus, Tony?
He used to skate with Shaun White at the Encinitas YMCA as they were kids. And they were both killing it, both kind of the same age, you know, kind of on the rise. And the only difference was that Shaun was the top pro snowboarder as well.
Right.
But Rob's got it. He's got the foundational tricks. He's got the hard tricks, like frontside cab. And did he throw any frontside 5s here today?
Yeah, he just did one before on this wall right here.
Oh, right here.
So I feel like him and Sean would have been doing those back in the day at YMCA, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see a little influence there.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you call that?
Axe murderer?
Okay.
Hatchet? What do you call it?
Corbin called it the beaver murderer.
Wow.
No, that was Paul and he's trying to throw the blame.
An SFW, boys. Come on.
He puts a show on. Yeah, Beaver.
What do you call it?
No, that's it. It was an axe murderer from Troy Chasen, right?
Yeah.
Colin Graham off his board. These are the 4th and final runs here in the semifinals. Heat number 1 of 2. Soya Inamada in. Wow.
Wow, that's a setup. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no.
He's okay.
Yes! Wow. That gap.
I don't want to say anything, but I did the same thing yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
I was going up fakie.
Yep.
Got a little bit of wheel bite. I was leaning too far forward, and I fell into the wall and then into the gap. Exactly like that.
And how are you feeling today?
It hurts. It sucks. I'm going to skate here in an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty brutal
it's my
slam.
fault. I designed this stupid thing.
Yeah.
I should have known there was a gap there.
Why'd you even put that thing there? So stupid.
Hey,
Because you could do stuff like that.
let me ask you this, though. It seemed like the slam itself was bad before you fell into the hole.
Yeah, it was a big 1-2 punch. It was like I fell into the wall, and then I thought, wow, that really hurt. And all of a sudden I was falling again, like in the air. And when is this going to end?
The double whammy.
I felt,
Just screaming.
yeah, this ain't no good. I'm still in the air. This little Ricky Bobby moment.
Love that.
Final skater, heat number 1 here in the semifinals. Shea Donovan, Colorado's finest.
Seeing Shea on the ramp, it just reminds me of a session at home. Shea is one of the locals on the ramp. 720, he's got it.
Yes!
There we go.
I feel like he's just going to throw it together now.
I want to see that shot. Stay on here.
Here we go.
What's this one? Nice.
Oh! Wow.
Man, that was a rough one.
He just said, as it hit the ground, he was like, wow. You know when that one hurts.
Those hurt.
I mean, that's the kind of thing you do in the finals. That's, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to stick it. You're going to make it no matter what your feet are like, no matter what the angle is.
But, I mean, you must have been in those moments before where you're like, I'm just going to go for it. Have you had that? Just been like, oh, that didn't work out for me?
Yeah, a lot. More than I want to admit. And it hurts.
But there's something where you're just like, you're that excited to try and get the whole run down.
Oh, for sure. And you're going to throw, I mean, if you're ever going to risk it, you're going to risk it in this scenario.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I mean, that's what it's about.
Let's talk about shifting the subject a little bit. This is an Olympic year. Unfortunately, we're not going to see all these vert guys skating this vert ramp in the Olympics, but
or any vert ramp.
Or any vert ramp. And I know you always have something to say about that. There should be vert in the Olympics.
I believe, yeah. Well, I mean, if you just watching this and the spectator sport of it all, and I mean the technical aspects, the height, the spins, you're not seeing this kind of stuff in the Olympics because it's in park and it's a smaller terrain, smaller walls. And don't get me wrong, I love park. I understand what it takes to thrive there. But when you're talking about this size wall and these ramps and the combos being done, it's on a different level of difficulty and height, and that's just how it is. And I think they would benefit greatly to have vert as another discipline. I don't think it should take away any skate discipline.
Do you have any insider information or knowledge about what our chances are getting it in next time for LA?
I don't know. I keep trying to needle my way in. Let's put it that way.
Have you
I'm
seen
trying to
his
get every
posts?
contact.
Have you seen his posts that he's been posting? He's like,
I feel like somebody should listen to him because, you know.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's done a thing or two.
Well, if you're just looking at, I mean, just for instance, Risa did a 900. Risa's doing switch 540s, right?
Yeah.
We're most likely not going to see either of those tricks in the Olympics. And that is, I think that's a travesty.
Yeah.
They should be there.
Yeah. Although, Arissa did do a switch McTwist on cement, which blew my mind. She is incredible. All right, let's
Well, that'll work then. Okay.
Yeah, she might get that one in there, but
okay, we'll get that one in there.
Yeah.
We have yet to see a 720 in the Olympics. Let's put it that way.
Oh, wow. Is that true?
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know what you're saying. Like, the size of this ramp it just equals bigger tricks.
Yeah, and look, even when you're small. I love that
What are you saying
carving
about
heel
small
flip, man.
people?
That is hard.
And that judo looks so good. It's like Hasoi. That's Soya.
Oh, double flip Indy. I wasn't here for these ones.
Everybody's got the judo also. Here we go.
Nice. Oh, I feel, you know when you were a kid, you used to put your hands on your knees to pump? I feel that deep inside. Oh my goodness.
That was the one where Jim just nearly
Kickflip
jumped
back
over the barrier.
flip. Fully committed. Oh, I love that Algariel of the channel.
So
Colin
gnarly.
Graham. Whoa, was it a Crail Madonna?
It was.
Oh, wow.
Just the speed he keeps all the time was incredible.
Yeah, Jeremy Green with the, I mean, that's a backside rodeo, right? Isn't that what we were calling it originally?
Yeah. And then a Del Mar squat, which I always like to call out because I think anybody can do that as a special superpower. And back-to-back nines.
Wow.
From Emma. Oh. That's the Lincoln.
I was just saying, that's the Lincoln special.
That's the speechless. Yeah.
Is that what we call that?
From now on. Aoi Mini Mini on Instagram. You should give him a follow. Every day, it's just posting insanity. Where do we go from here? What do you see for the future of vertical skateboarding, like progression-wise?
It just keeps rising. I mean, when you're watching the tricks that people are doing consistently, like Guy did a nose grind into a 900.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're talking about these are tricks that are usually reserved for best tricks or for one you'll only do once in your lifetime. And they're throwing them into runs, so what's next? The future is bright. It's limitless.
It is insane the grind tricks into the spins.
Yeah.
Frontside crooked grind from Reese Nelson into a 720.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing it so easy.
Let's take a quick look at the finals standings after Heat 1. It's Japan in the top 3 spots right now. Soya and Aoi and Emma. So there you go. Not a surprise.
But maybe what we were saying before, maybe they can win.
You're right. But we still have Heat 2, and Jimmy Wilkins is currently on the ramp. And you know what's funny? Bucky's skating tonight, but I don't quite understand why Bucky's not in this contest.
Yeah, same with Rune. I mean,
Yeah.
Rune and Bucky, let's put it this way, they're the unicorns. They're invited to be in the Legends event or in the actual competition. It's
Yeah.
their choice.
Men's vert semifinals, heat number 2 coming up. Thomas Augusto, J.D. Sanchez, Michi Brusco, Kiefer Wilson, Yuto Nagahara, Reef Orlando, Ronnie Gomez, Guy Curry, Jimmy Wilkins, and Moto Shibata. See, things are going to heat up now. The standings from Heat 1 are most likely going to change pretty quick with these guys on the ramp.
Yeah.
Tony, any picks out of this group?
Oh my goodness. Take your pick of any of those guys. I mean, Moto and Jimmy are the faves, obviously, but Michi has got what it takes. And Guy can spin to win.
There is so many people that could win this, for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting time because the level has raised for so many people. It's not just 1 or 2 people are most likely to win. It seems like it's Open season, top 3.
That's what it felt like too, watching the women's. I mean,
yes,
the level has risen exponentially since last year. And they're blasting, and they're spinning, and they're doing switch tricks. It's amazing.
Do we know anything about what's going on with Jimmy Wilkins? Looks like he took off his pads. We're not going to speculate. Maybe he's just taking a breather. Ronnie Gomes from Brazil, currently on the ramp. Become Vert veteran from years of putting it down, always pushing the envelope.
Talking about veterans and going back to Bucky before, throwing this question out to both of you, but it is so impressive with Bucky staying at the top of the game for that period. Like, how hard is that?
He knows.
He knows.
Tony
I know.
knows. But I think the important thing to mention about Bucky is how, I hate to say it, he's still getting better.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's still pushing it and making up tricks that I didn't think anyone would ever do. That's what blows my mind the most. And it's not just the next spin, it's like a whole nother perspective on a trick. Like a switch, perfect example, switch fall guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
What is that? I can't even get my mind around what that
no one would even, like, fall guy's good enough, but no one would consider, well, let's just do the switch. Or, I mean, all the nollie flip stuff that he's got, he's the only guy that can truly do no complies on vert. I mean, because he has this deep history with that era of tricks, and he's been doing them all along, and now he can do them in this new technical way. It's very impressive. I mean, every time I skate with him, I'm like, Bucky's still the best. He's the best transition skater.
Yeah.
I just remember there's been so many years that I've been watching some of the biggest contests as a kid, and Bucky was there. It was him and PLG. It was him and so many different guys over periods of time, and he was just at the forefront of vert skateboarding.
Yeah. I remember when he was in that first PAL video, not the first PAL video, when he was in the first one that he was in with Danny and Chris Borst, and it was just mind blown. The level. He was probably 16 then, and now he's what, 49, 50? Is he 50?
He's 50, yeah.
Yeah.
I would, like 90, 91, he came to visit my ramp from Baltimore when I had the ramp in Fallbrook, and in one day he did ollie impossible, no grab, going backside, up at coping, ollie impossible, no stall, ollie impossible, no stall, 180 in, and backside ollie 360 big spin.
That's a good day at the office.
Yeah.
That's in 1991.
Do you have any moments where Jason Ellis was at that ramp back then in 91?
Not at my ramp, no.
Okay.
I feel like he was all in on the
he was at
the other ramps.
Early days? 91, yeah?
No, 91. No? He was probably making his way. No, he skated the events
Ellis,
in the late 80s.
can you hear us? And do you have any memories of coming to skate Tony's ramp?
Yeah, I skated Tony's ramp, and Tony wasn't there. I don't think he knew I was there.
See?
So, and
Snuck in.
It was kind of wrecked a little
It's
bit.
on brand.
And the bowl scared me. I didn't want to go there. But yeah, I did skate it. And the mini ramp. And you didn't know, Tony.
Did you break in?
And I didn't tell you.
Did you break into the ramp, Jason?
It broke me. Does that count?
Were you with Tony Hallam?
Look, we were there, like, we didn't know Tony Hawk at the time, and we knew somebody that got us there, and we were just happy to be there. But I remember skating his ramp and going, wait, I thought that his ramp would make it easier, and it didn't, and it was disheartening. I would never forget that day. I didn't want to go back, because I was like, man, he made that ramp look like it was better than any other ramp, but to me, it wasn't.
To be fair, most ramps were terrible.
Yeah, and I remember I wanted to jump into the bowl, and I remember when I got there, I was like, guess what I'm not doing today?
Jumping in the bowl.
That's right.
What do you think about what you're seeing out here today, though, Ellis?
It just brings a smile to my face, man. The people, the way, how much better everybody's got, and like, just some of these guys that I don't even really know are doing stuff where I'm like, wait, what? You could do that? And like a 9-year-old just did 2 900s back to back. I'm just like, yay, skateboarding, you know? I'm just happy that I'm not competing and that I was a part of this amazing sport, and to see where it's got to now, it just freaks me out. I'm just happy that I'm not in it, but I was a part of it, because this era, you got to be joking me, dude. I'm not doing that. That's crazy. These people are these children are crazy.
Well, Ellis, you want to kick it off?
I don't know, Utah, do you want to kick it off?
Get ready.
All right, this is the last heat. This is the last chance for these guys to make it into the final for tomorrow for the Vert Alert Championships of the World. All right, I'm gonna call it. After this guy, we're going, all right? Thomas, you're up first. So get where you're gonna go. So we've all got 4 rides. Best ride counts. I would not, Mitchie Brusco just asked me if it's best run. I would not ask me, Mitchie Brusco. Yeah, well, I mean, if you do a really good ride, that would be good.
It's overall impression.
Yeah. All right. Mitchie, wait your turn. Where is he? Oh, he's over there, up in the roller. All right, Thomas. It's in your hands, bro. It's in your hands. Make some noise, everybody. Let's get this going.
So, Thomas Augusto, first skater in. It says, you know, he's from San Marcos. He's got roots in Brazil, and I think maybe Copenhagen. He's international. No, I think Spain. He's an international figure, and he rips, as you can see, Indy 5.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of walls, and he's already impressed me. I've seen him skate some smaller transition on the park style courses as well. Rips really hard, puts his lines together. It's going to be exciting. Few runs here with him.
Second skater in, J.D. Sanchez from Pleasanton, California, coming off a second place finish at Tampa Pro, qualifying to get here through that. And this kid is clean. His skating is perfection.
Yeah, I saw him skate in Rome for one of the qualification series, and I was blown away by the tricks that he was doing.
And this kid, underrated in my opinion, killer, Mitchie Brusco. I mean, everybody knows Mitchie, but he is so incredibly good, it's really hard to fathom.
Watching Mitchie over the years, the tricks that he's done, the medals that he's won.
The combos, yeah.
It's just, it's been exciting to watch him grow into a man, and now just still dominate vert skateboarding is something else.
And he's the rare tall skater who has the perfect spin technique. He can spin 9s like nothing.
I love how a lot of people say to me all the time, like, skateboarding, well, you must be good because you're small.
Yeah.
I said, yes, I am small. Stop talking about it. But Tony's like 6'3".
Yeah.
Mitchie's like even bigger than that. Like, a lot of these guys are 6 foot plus.
Coming in next, Kiefer Wilson from Victoria, Australia.
Kiefer's known on Instagram or definitely social media because he has a mega ramp in his backyard.
Is that the one that Tusted a 9 on?
Yes, it is. Yes,
okay.
it is. Yeah, he that's what he learned to skate. You know, he's kind of learning backwards because he started on this big ramp and then he's gone to vert, and now he's also doing the park stuff for the Olympics
Next
as well.
he's going to be a street skater.
Mate, I mean, I'd be super down for that, to be honest. Like, I kind of love it, but you never see a skateboarder working that way.
You're right. I don't understand how you end up with a mega ramp in your backyard, but that run was incredible.
Yeah, he's really starting to put it together now, and I think get his form together. It's going to be interesting to see the next few years for Kiefer.
Yuto Nagahara from Japan.
One of my favorite styles out there. Have you seen some of the stuff he does in video parts or whatever? He did this fakey ollie into a ramp that I was blown away by.
From the deck?
Yeah, from the deck.
That's sick. I did not see that.
And did this like full combination. I'll show you afterwards, but it's pretty cool.
Reef Orlando, originally from Florida, had and still has a private ramp in his backyard, but he moved out to California now, skating with the dudes.
I love how smooth that was. I mean, is that what it takes to get this good? Have a ramp in your backyard, or at least something that's close by?
Yeah, but he skated by himself essentially for a few years, and I mean, thus he moved out to California to be a part of the scene because there's so many vert ramps in San Diego. And if you want to be a pro vert skater, you probably should spend some time out there because that's where the action is, right?
Yeah, it absolutely is where all the action is. You know the other skateboard? Oh, wow!
Cab nose grind, shove it. Reef is doing what he does best.
What
and that's
a run!
Psycho tricks and staying on. Mr. Consistent with the technicality. It's hard to fathom.
That was a solid first run. I was saying to you before Ronnie drops in, I was about to say to you, the other person, and he won a gold medal at the Olympics, is Keegan Palmer. Him and his dad, they had a vert ramp in their backyard. It makes sense. Consistency, and it's, you know, obviously he's one of the greatest.
You need a way to put in those hours. And
Yep.
when you have to show up at the skate park and they kick you out at 6 or whatever, or they don't let you in at all because you got caught smoking under the deck or something. You need your own backyard ramp. Guy Curry coming in next. That was Ronnie Gomez.
Maybe that was the 90s and 80s we're talking about. Ronnie Gomes will be back for sure. He's a Brazilian powerhouse. Into another one. Guy on top right now. Calling for the crowd. He wants more.
He's a spinning machine. Indy 5 straight out the gate. Another super clean skater.
Another kid that was extremely small doing 900s now turned into like a large human being. How does that factor, Paul?
Well, I think it's like this. You have to learn those tricks when you're young and small. Tony being the exception. He didn't land a 9 until he was, what, 30 or something. But you could see how if you want to do it consistently and you want to grow into it, learn it when you're small and really dial it in. Because the bigger you get, if you still haven't put those tricks down, they just keep getting more scary and harder to learn.
Yeah. This is a solid run for Guy right now.
Incredible.
Slap the tail down.
Oh, backside. Great run.
Keep that.
Jimmy Wilkins is officially a scratch. He's not feeling well. Final skater.
That's a real shame. That's a real shame because I really wanted to see him and Moto go head to head. I feel like this is the contest that they do that.
You're right. Moto got 3rd last year. Jimmy won it. Moto did win best trick. Oh, the style also.
It's the style and the elegance. I feel like you need to say it together.
I like that. That's a rarely used term in skateboarding. But you're right. You're nailing it.
He does, and it's perfectly tweaked, perfectly executed, and he's such a humble human being.
Oh! I can't believe how he tried to hang on to that one. Just full hands on the ramp. Valiant effort.
Moto's always been one of my favorites just to either hang out with and be around in general. I just really like his energy.
Run number 2. Heat 2 in the men's semifinals here at Tony Hawk's Vert Alert 2024 from Salt Lake City. This is Thomas Augusto. Full leaderboard there on the left of your screen. Mitchie Brusco has moved up into 2nd place. Just with 1 run. Reef Orlando in 3rd, Moto in 4th. These are not official final results.
These are a lot of changes, though, that we've already had after 1 run, Paul. I think we're going to see a lot of changes here.
Yeah, look, Emma and Al have moved down from 2nd and 3rd into 5th and 7th. Can they hang on? We will see. This is JD Sanchez.
Oh!
Wow, doing the Bob Burnquist.
He was going to have to do the Burnquist. I was like, is he going to try and throw this under? I'm glad he kind of did. He's got enough runs to pull it together.
Mitchie Brusco. He's in. And have you watched Mitchie's training tips on Instagram? He can break down tricks so well. He thinks about them in such a detailed way. It's pretty impressive.
Something just was on his pads, I think, just then, so he had to get it off, and then he just kept rolling back in.
Oh,
I
don't know. He got a pager?
I think that is a pager. That is very Vert from the 90s period, right?
That was the problem with the run. So put your pager down before you run. Kiefer Wilson coming in next.
I love it. I think I remember Josh Kalis having one in a video, and I thought that was so cool back in the day.
They were cool. Even, I mean, Element made a video. It was Underworld Element back then, but it was called 1-800-SKY-PAGER. So that was sick. Props, Johnny Chilleriff and Andy Howell and Douglas, Steve Douglas. Okay.
Kiefer, look at the height that he's carrying here through the whole run. It's definitely going to help with the judges, though.
Yeah, everything. The height, style, speed, difficult tricks, making them all look good. Using the whole ramp, going over the gap, especially with the front one. Come on.
I like that front one over the gap.
Yuto coming in. So, yes, style for days. Huge tricks. Just looks so calm on his board.
Extremely calm.
Upper body, no motion. None.
I would look terrified out there, I'll tell you.
Reef Orlando.
That's why these guys are in this contest right now, because they're the best in the world. And as Tony said, you know, it blows his mind. When it's blowing Tony's mind on the ability and the tricks that these male and females are doing, then that's saying something. And it's relatively a short period of time. Like back-to-back 900. It's like, wild.
It is wild. Kicking the foot off.
Was that alley-oop? I couldn't see it from where I am.
It was probably a little oop. He could alley-oop anything.
Well, yeah.
Look at that, 360 shove. No grab. I mean, let's be real, Corbin. That's a trick a normal human might be able to make once out of.
Yeah.
You're trying it for weeks for a video part, you might land one.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ronnie Gomez, Brazil. Another guy who can skate mega ramp, can skate park, and obviously he's right at home on a half pipe.
I remember skating Bondi Bolorama with him back in the day, in a few X Games, I think even. But he, you know what? I love his skating. He's one of the best human beings out there. He's always super polite, and he puts the work in. He puts the time in.
Varial flip, Indy fakie, out of a varial flip, switch, heel flip, frontside air.
Are you kidding, Ronnie?
That was an incredible
Holding
run
it
for Ronnie.
down for the Brazilians.
Yes,
Shout out to Pedro and Felipe and everyone else out there. I'm sure they're watching.
And Guy Curry back in, Indy 5. Frontside air tweak.
Had a really, really solid run to start off with. So I think from this point, because he got one under his belt and he was feeling really confident with it, we could start to see some variations here of tricks that we haven't seen him do so far. Maybe even some best trick stuff.
Oh!
Wow.
Kickflip Indy 5. No body varial action there.
That was like textbook how perfect that was. That was a bit of Bob Burnquist there if I've ever seen it. Kickflip into the fakie.
Almost over rotating that 3. Taking a fakie tail grab to disaster. Kind of puts him out of speed here at the end, but you never know what he's got.
I mean, if you have,
front lip.
If you just joined us or you didn't hear us before.
Oh, dude, that deep into a run on a sketchy lip slide into a 9.
I was just about to say that. I was like, where are we at with that? 45 seconds, and then you're going to try a 900 with no legs?
Look at Moto.
Oh.
That's, you know what? Moto just fell in 2 runs. That is really weird. He does not fall. He is as consistent as anyone. Thomas Augusto back in. Massive backside 5. Heel flip Indy alley-oop.
Moto, sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah.
Moto is already in, even though when he's fallen off those runs. I mean, that's how good his tricks are. So, I mean, he can cruise a little for sure because he knows he's going to go through.
Well, this is an interesting format. 4 runs, overall impression. Usually, a vert contest tends to be 3 runs, best run counts. You're only looking for that one, so it's hard to know exactly what overall impression includes. Is it every single run, or is it 2 good runs? It's up to the judges, but that's the beauty of it, because the judges are pro skateboarders, so they get to choose.
Yeah.
Mitchie Gusto coming in next.
I feel like he's jazzed, if that makes sense. You know, I feel like he's like kind of got his eyes on the prize, and I don't know, watching him at Tony's ramp over the last few months.
Oh, switch backside grab
Wow.
540. That is impossible.
He kind of had a smirk on his face while he landed that. Did you see that? I love that trick.
Kiefer.
Mitchie currently sitting in 3rd place in this heat.
Massive air, tweaked.
Love those tail grab 540s.
They look so easy. Looks like everybody should be able to do that.
It looks like he's on a mega ramp when he does that, don't you think?
Yes. Yeah, because it's such a slow, controlled spin.
He does make it. He makes it look like, you know, rock to fakie or a rock and roll or something.
Or just like standard, man.
It's definitely not that easy.
Kick flip Indy to fakie. Indy 7. Oh. Wow. He landed really low and almost over-rotated. Yudo coming in next.
What happened there when he span that 7? It was just he just came out too far and plugged?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, he came out too far and then he kind of had too much time in the air and overspun it. Backside grab 5. So Euro's trying to make it into the final. He's down in 18th only because of falls.
Yeah, if he can put it together, he's going to be in that top. But
that's not it. You can see the frustration.
At this point, too, Paul, if you know you're going to get 4 runs, do you maybe pull back a little and do some tricks and just try and bump into that area, or you just?
I think we get what's going on here. I think what it comes down to it is these guys are the best skaters in the world. You can't safety dance your way into the finals. That's it. You have to go all in, especially if you had a couple falls. Now there's no holding back. If maybe Moto can cruise a little bit now. Ronnie Gomez from Brazil, frontside 5, backside grab 3, setting up here for something. Slow flip, heel flip, frontside air. Varial flip, Indy 3 to fakie.
Smooth as butter.
Wow, so many flip tricks. Switch.
This run.
Frontside cab.
Whoa!
Yeah, Ronnie.
That's what I love about him. I know he's putting it down. I mean, back-to-back tricks like that, flips especially.
Let's see if he can get out of 9th place. He's trying to crack into the top 8.
I mean, he's got it after that.
D. Curry back in, see if he gets a 9 in there. Alley-oop McTwist.
I feel like he had so much speed out of that, he could have gone into a 9.
Alley-oop body varial 540. Little ollie up, backside 5-0.
Ronnie is now up in the mix.
Here we go.
In the top 8.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh!
Lip slide to 900. That combo is just absurd. Seven attempt. So Ronnie Gomes pushed Kiefer out of the top 8 with that run.
Yeah, he's got some work to do now.
Moto is on the bubble right now, so he can't just cruise it.
I don't think he's going to cruise anyway, Paul. He's going for it.
Dale 5, pedal to the metal. Fakie 5 with the nose grab. Perfect. Fakie 5, Weddle. Back-to-back Fakie 5s, come on.
I love that.
Oh! Dude, he that was Hail Mary at the end, but he made it.
Where was that back foot? It was so late to the game.
It was late to the game. Ollie Impossible, lean to tail.
That's one of those moments where he's like, I've done the run I wanted to do. I'm just going to throw this thing down.
Fourth run happening right now. Thomas Augusto. Alley-oop, heel flip.
A lot of technical tricks, smooth.
He's got to make it happen here. This is him trying to make it into the top 8 and skate tomorrow's final. Kickflip, body barrel, 540, he does it.
He's landing low on that one. Can he keep it up and can he keep it going?
Look at how hard he's working just to get to the top of the ramp right now. His legs are dust, and he's still going.
What else has he got?
Dale Fish 3, Ollie to fakie floater. And
he's taking it. He's taking it. He's going to go out on a high note. Do you think that's going to push him in?
Here's what I'm seeing. You ready? There's only 8 spots in the final.
Yep.
There's more than 8 people who just earned those spots.
Yes.
That's the problem. Somebody deserves to be in there who's not going to get the chance to skate tomorrow. We'll see who it is.
That's final skateboarding.
JD Sanchez, alley-oop kickflip over the gap. Double grab. Wow, that was a frontside ollie.
Oh! I think all the runs are coming now. Like everyone's knowing what they're going to have to do.
There is a lot of truth to the saying where you say, I'd hate to be a judge right now. Because look what they're dealing with. Look at it. This is like first place skateboarding, but we've already seen 10 people do first place skateboarding.
I knew a long time ago. I think I did a couple of contests for World Cup skateboarding back in the day, and I was like, I never want to do this judging job ever again. It is so difficult because when you come to a contest like this, especially now in skateboarding, I mean, the level is just incredible. You know, you can't believe it. So, yeah, it's a tough job, but yeah, thanks to those judges for doing it.
Okay, kickflip, lean, Mitchie into the backside 3, melon grab.
Oh, he's shaking that one off.
He's getting ready for something. Oh, kickflip, lean, revert. Okay, as a vert skater, that is a trick that is so deadly and seems impossible. Kickflip, lean, such a hard trick. To do it to revert, you know how quickly you can over-rotate that trick and take it to the back of your head on flat? I don't even want to mention it, but it's just one of those tricks. You force it in, and you get served, but wow, there's a lot going on. Keeper's in 9th. He's on the ramp. He needs to stay on and smash it and hope for the best.
I feel like he's kind of got that eye of a tiger, and he knows where he's at. He knows what he has to do. He's normally pretty calculated on this.
You know what? I think he left it up to the judges, and they're going to have to take that out and leave him in 9th, I bet. That's my guess. Because he fell on that on his other run, and he was in 9th. Yeah. If he does it again, you made your own bed.
I think you're right.
All right, Euro is trying to get in. He's way down, but we know one incredible run can change the game.
That's all it takes, for sure.
Switch.
Keep it going here.
I feel like we need a little bit more from him though right now. He seems like he's doing a lot of setups. All right, Indy 5.
Maybe he just needed a few setups for some breathing. Then he can get into it. It's not going to be it, unfortunately.
Fun to watch.
Really fun to watch. Smooth. Love his style.
Reef in.
That backside lip slide, I love it how it's just like it's not even ollied whatsoever. It's just slowly put over.
He's currently in 6th place. He keeps it going. He'll stay there, move up. Wow, Reef.
Who was Reef's inspiration skating growing up?
Well, he is sponsored by Lake Skateboards, so shout out to Mark Lake. OG from Florida, pro in the 70s. I mean, the Nightmare Pro model. The Night Hammer is based off of this whole thing, so I don't know. I actually don't know who Reef's inspirations are, but Florida's got a wild scene.
Yeah,
a lot of history.
I mean, I love it. I want to know more about him. I can't, because his trick selection and the way that he does certain tricks is mind-blowing.
Yeah, you're right. I think maybe, who knows, maybe no one, because he was just skating by himself a lot.
That would make sense too.
Guy Curry back in, blasting that frontside air with the tweak, hitting the roof on the Indy. Oh, one-footed Weddle to the moon. Kickflip Indy. The Lincoln Ueda. I think that's the Samba flip. Maybe Bob Byrne could say, yeah, kickflip Indy. Woo! This is ridiculous right now. He was kind of famous as being the kid who could do the 900, but look, he can do everything. That was just sort of the foundation for his pro career as a 9. There's an Indy 7.
I love
the
twist on that, you know? He's jazzed, he's pumped up.
We'll see him tomorrow.
I don't even want to speak before we're over right now, because Moto he's always got something in the bag, but tomorrow's final's going to be insane.
Moto, oh, that method. Shout out to Christian Hosoi. Tribute method.
Doing it for Simple City, the skate shop that he owns and rides for. What a incredible heat that we had there.
Do we need to say anything else?
I'm kind of speechless after both of those heats. There was a lot to take in.
Heat 1 was great and entertaining. Heat 2 shut it down. Wow.
They were both in 2 different ways. I think I hadn't seen a couple of the guys before that were skating. I hadn't seen a couple of the guys before in heat number 1, so I was really impressed by that. The 2 Japanese kids with pads on were incredible.
Yes, sir. I think the consistency with tricks now, kickflip 540s are pretty standard now. 900s, we saw more, I don't know, a bunch of people did them. 3, 4, 5 people did 900s in their runs today. We saw 900s back to back. It would be really difficult if you're an aspiring vert pro to think what you're going to do to set yourself apart these days.
But where do you even go now for best trick? That's what I want to know. What happens for best trick?
Now you gotta mix the kickflip with the 9. Fakey 9s. You know, a good lip trick can always get you somewhere too, though.
I like a 7 to fakie too.
Yeah. Oh.
Bucky does them perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, shout out Alex Perelson. He did tailgraph 7 to fakie.
Yeah.
So very rarely done trick by anyone.
Here's some of the highlights here. Guy in the mix, really showing. I think he was kind of just warming up for tomorrow's finals. You could see that the momentum was getting bigger and bigger, and he just wanted to show off. So I feel like Guy's probably got a couple of tricks for best trick in his pocket.
For sure. Reed kicking the judo on the lean air. Ronnie Gomez going switch. Switch skating on vert is really, really, really hard. Switch flip tricks on vert, no one really does it. But Danny Way did do it in 1992. Switch kickflip indie. So did Colin McKay. The greats. Backside grab, 720 for JD. This one, the kickflip lean revert. Hardly anyone even does lean reverts because it's such a sketchy trick. Fingerboard party.
Couple of young folks in the mix.
I bet one of them can do a 9 within the next 2 years.
I think they're probably doing 9s right now.
Tonight.
Yep.
Legends demo.
Pretty excited.
That's coming up next.
Pretty excited
Tonight
about the
is
Legends
right now.
demo.
Yeah.
Is
Tony-
everyone else pretty excited about the Legends demo? No. Sorry, maybe I'm Australian and they can't hear me. Is everyone excited about the Legends demo?
Yeah, that's more like it.
That's a little better.
Hey.
Otherwise, I'm going to send Jason Ellis out to get you all.
Yeah, you don't want that. Let's take a look at final results. There we go. Guy Curry coming in first place with a 92.81. Followed by Soya Inomata from Japan. Michi Brusco. Moto Shibata. Reef Orlando. Emma Kawakami. Ao Nishikawa. And Ronnie Gomes. Rounding out the top 8. Kiefer Wilson just getting bumped out, landing in ninth.
We talked about it before. I think if he had that front blunt slide, he probably would have just been knocking on that door with Ronnie. But hey, Ronnie Gomes, he killed it. He was back to back. You couldn't have faulted him whatsoever.
So when we come back, it's Tony Hawk, Mike McGill, Mike Frazier, Steve Caballero, Lizzie Armanto, and on and on and on. It's the Legends Jam. Stick around. Woo!
You're seeing something special happen right here. How huge is this? Here we go. That was something.
Jump into Hot Wheels! Welcome to the world of Hot Wheels skate. Grab a Tony Hawk board and skate like a pro. Or grab some shoes and level up your tricks. Whoa! There's no limit to how hard you can shred and ride the most epic Tony Hawk parks ever. Playsets come with one board, each sold separate. Jump into Hot Wheels!
I've been shredding this ramp for years, and I know how to do it pretty safely. When it comes to keeping my physical data safe, I'm a total amateur. Time to call the real pros and shred it. Shred it.
law, breaking the 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 law.
Now with a chance to be a gold medalist. And Mama gets the money tonight. And the gold medal is his with a 92.5-point ride. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The road to a gold buckle begins with a gold medal.
What makes a legend in skateboarding is this combination of influence and progression. Not only have you been consistently pushing yourself, but the people coming up after you have followed it and supported it and praised it. And then you're a legend.
Seeing the lineup of the Legends demo, it's like the Hall of Fame of vert skating. It's incredible to see these people who have built this sport to be all in the same space, skating at the same time. It just gives me goosebumps. They love it enough to keep doing it when it's riskier, when it's harder.
Everyone loves a good show, and the guys that are on the ramp in the Legends demo, they know what they're doing. I don't think people realize how small skateboarding is, so you're legitimately watching the guys who paved the way. And then to be in a contest on the same ramp, it's always a trip.
It does feel pretty unique to skateboarding. Other sports, you don't get to play basketball with the guy who did the first dunk, you know? It's a pretty special thing.
They're inspiring us to realize that we can keep doing this. You know, we could skate our whole lives, and that's just the beautiful thing about skateboarding. You never leave skateboarding, so the fact that it's celebrated at Vert Alert is just such a beautiful thing to see.
Seeing something special happen right here. How huge is this? Here we go. Here we go. That was something. Shut it down. No way.
Jump into Hot Wheels. Welcome to the world of Hot Wheels skate. Grab a Tony Hawk board and skate like a pro. Or grab some shoes and level up your tricks. Whoa! There's no limit to how hard you can shred. And ride the most epic Tony Hawk parks ever. Playsets come with one board, each sold separately.
Jump into Hot Wheels.
I've been shredding this ramp for years, and I know how to do it pretty safely. When it comes to keeping my physical data safe, I'm a total amateur. Time to call the real pros and shred it. Shred it.
Chance to be a gold medalist. And Mama gets the money tonight. And the gold medal is his with a 92.5-point ride. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The road to a gold buckle begins with a gold medal.
Tony Hawk Vert Alert 2024! We have the world's best men and women to compete and celebrate vert skating!
We just saw some of the greatest vertical skateboarding imaginable, and now we're about to see the people that invented it all, going back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, and still ripping to this moment. Skaters like Kevin Staub, Steve Caballero, Rune Glifberg, Lindsay Pastrana, dude, it's insane. Corbin, what are we gonna see tonight?
You know what? There's so many good skateboarders here who have invented so many tricks. I'm just pumped to see it. I saw a couple of runs yesterday when no one was in here. Tony Hawk was looking good. Rune Glifberg also in the Tony Hawk game. Smooth backside tail slides. Mike Frazier. The list goes on and on. Lizzie Amato's here with Lindsay.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna happen here. And the crowd has just poured in the last, like, 40 minutes. So
Right.
it's gonna be good.
You know, Steve Caballero's about to take to the ramp. He just posted something on Instagram the other day talking about the Caballero that he made up in 1980. All right? You know, that's 44 years ago, and he's on this ramp about ready to rip it for us with the greatest skateboarders of all time, especially that guy right there. We owe it all to him, Tony Hawk.
Yeah, thanks to Tony, we're here in the mix. It's pretty exciting to be here.
Corbin, you ready to send it up to Tony Hawk?
Let's do this.
Let's go, Tony Hawk, everybody.
What's up, Salt Lake City? Hey, thank you all so much for coming out. Thanks for supporting vert skating. We are here for the 4th year in a row. I'm super proud this event keeps growing. Vert skating keeps getting better, and it's all because of your support. I also want to thank Taylor Randall, the president of the University of Utah, for allowing us to use his arena. And none of this would be possible without the help of the Utah Sports Commission, especially Jeff Robbins. Thank you, Jeff, for always supporting this. And we love it. I want to thank all the legends for showing up here for your entertainment, and to all the skaters that made the trip here to ride the ramp and literally risk their lives for our entertainment and for the sake of progression of vert skating. Thank you. Let's get this going.
Tony said it best. Yes, thanks to the crowd here in Salt Lake City. They're a loud group of folks, and I like it.
Now let's throw it up to Jason Ellis to intro the Legends Jam.
All right, everybody, are you ready for the greatest skateboarders that ever skateboarded? Sure, the new kids are pretty good, but these are the legends. It's cool to be good for a little bit, but if you're good for a really long time, then you become legendary. And let me tell you, that's not easy. Mike Frazier on the ramp, ladies and gentlemen, a legend in skateboarding. Right next to me over here, we have Kevin Staub, also a living legend, right next to me. In my opinion, the greatest person who is old, Bucky Lassick, the greatest, the most talented older skateboarder alive today. Say hello to Bucky Lassick. Right next to him, the definition of legend, Steve Caballero, ladies and gentlemen. The guy. Next to him, going down, we got another person that makes legend make sense. Mike McGill, everybody, from the Bones Brigade. Remember that? Mike McGill. Next to him, going into the Olympics, what a legendary move that is. Make some noise for Andy McDonald, everybody. From Brazil, say hello to legendary Sandro Diaz, my man. Lizzie Hermano dropping in. That's right, we got female legends in the house. Lizzie Hermano. And who else have we got over here? You guys, oh, Rune Glifberg. Everybody say hello to Rune Glifberg. Oh, and oh, Lindsay Adams, I didn't see it. Lindsay Adams, everybody. And then, of course, you might have heard of him, Tony Hawk. You know, who cares? All right, it's a pretty big deal, Tony Hawk. There you go. All right, everybody. I don't know if you know how this works, but these guys are a little older, so they're a little weak of hearing. So the louder you are, the harder they'll go. And going hard when you're 50 needs you to scream. You need to be loud for this demo, okay? Once they're warmed up, I'm gonna need people to really go for it. Because these guys are really gonna go for it for you. Andy McDonald has more tricks than I've had hot dinners. I can't believe I just said that. Oh, it's too good. Andy McDonald with a bunch of aerials. Flapping it out on the tuck knee, frontside tail slide, alley-oop frontside grind. Thanks for coming. Andy McDonald, if you don't know, likes the color yellow. I think
so.
He's going to
the
come back as a
Legends
taxi.
demo has begun. It's become a tradition.
I mean, what other sport do you see out there? What other sport does this? Yeah, you know, like NFL, NBA has a couple of things, but like these guys are doing it on the reg.
And they're doing it at a ridiculous level. When you get like those celebrity tournaments where the old guys show up, they're not blowing people's minds. Bucky is blowing minds. This Legends demo is so fun to watch, and it's so impressive. Kevin Staub, dude, he broke his femur 2 years ago, right around the same time Tony did his.
Yep.
He's blasted his shoulder off a couple times since. He said he's only skated about 10 times since last year's Legends demo.
Yeah.
And look at how good he is, dude.
Yeah, I've had a few conversations with Kevin about this. I really do love him and admire him. You know, what he's doing at his age, still out there skating and ripping. He went through mentally some tough times. Just been trying to do I really want to just keep pushing through this? But like there's something that keeps coming in him and he wants to keep doing it.
Mike Frazier's on the ramp right now.
I'll let you in on a little secret here. You know, I remember I was watching, for anyone who's a little older, but I used to wait for the VHS tapes of 411 to come to Australia and to my local skate park called Vert X, where Jake Brown, Adam Luxford, Shane Serena, a bunch of iconic Australian vert skaters used to skate. And Mike Frazier has always been one of my favorites. Like the technical ability of what he's done just makes me go crazy. I'm into it. So, and I met him for the first time yesterday, so that's what I'm trying to say.
Best dude ever.
He's great. He's good.
I had the pleasure to skate with Mike Frazier every day for about 8 years at Skate Park at Tampa, and he inspired the whole scene. That's it, hands down. We all did what we were doing because we watched him putting it down like none of us ever would be able to, but we always would try. Rune Glifberg on the ramp came over with the flip team to the USA in the mid-90s with Tom Penny, Jeff Rowley, Andy Scott, and they just took over. Rune did it with one of the greatest styles to ever grace a half pipe, and he's still killing.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All I can say is like here, like one of the greatest styles ever, and it doesn't seem like he's slowing down, just like this guy here, Sandro Diaz.
Yep, Sandro from Brazil has his own compound down there, spends a lot of time back and forth.
Maybe you and me just need to build our own compound.
Yeah, we need a compound.
Is that what's happened? It's like everyone that's good has got their compound. We'll just build 2 compounds. You build one in Florida, I'll get one wherever I am. Hopefully, I'm going to need a little bit more land than New York, I'll tell you that.
Oh, man.
I'll have to go back to Australia.
Hey, Steve Caballero is on the ramp, invented the Caballero in 1980. He was part of the Bones Brigade.
Yep.
Discovered by Stacy Peralta and all that. You know what? He did switch inverts when he was about 15, before switch skating existed.
I've got some more interesting facts about Steve Caballero. One of the best Australian accents that from him he can do as an American.
He's got
as I've ever heard. He goes, "G'day, mate. G'day, Corbin. How are you?"
I like it.
Every time he sees me, I love it.
Hey, Lizzie Armanto, she was in the booth earlier commentating. Now she's on the half pipe. New legend.
I mean, yeah, absolute new legend, and still putting out video parts, ripping. I saw her and had a great conversation with her at X Games last year, and she said, "Corbin, you know it's been 10 years. Heads up." Well, that was close.
Cameraman dodged a bullet.
Everyone's good.
By the way, that was Mike McGill on the ramp, inventor of the McTwist in 1984. Okay, take it away, Corbin Harris.
When I spoke to Lizzie, she said, "You know, I'm really glad she didn't skate last year. She wasn't really feeling it, but she said it's been 10 years since Park Skateboarding Women's has been in there, and she was there then, and she's still there now, dominating." So I think that is just a really cool, you know, bit of information, and the fact that she's still holding it down and one of the best skateboarders still.
You know what's the only thing harder than getting good at skateboarding is staying good. It's so hard. The older you get, the harder it becomes. No one's been better at it than Bucky Lassick. Look at that.
We said it before. Like, you know, going back to watching some of his early videos, he's dominated in video parts and contests for a long time. It's good to watch. It's fun to see.
Mike Frazier going down on the front side air. Kevin Staub back in. Okay, Kevin Staub, he invented the half cab. All right, I've always claimed this. Someday I'm going to make this happen. I want the half cab to be renamed the full Staub.
I love that. That's one of my...
Oh!
I was just about to say one of my favorite tricks he does is the backside ollie. Yeah, Kevin.
Truly one of the greatest dudes ever.
He's running off the ramp like he's 12. Did you see?
Look at how high he is. That's sick.
I love that.
Okay, Sandro Diaz, one of the highest flying skateboarders of all time. The third person to ever land a 900. First it was Tony Hawk, then it was Giorgio Zattoni from Italy, and then it was Sandro.
Another person that has a compound.
Yes.
Giorgio.
I wish he was here. He was the best. Okay.
Has he been skating?
I don't know. I don't know.
I love seeing. I loved his whole get-up. I loved his whole style.
Yep, me too.
I like that he was. I like anyone who just like. He obviously loves skateboarding so much, and a lot of us do here. But to do it by yourself on your own ramp with no one else is really something different.
You're right.
Here he is, the Birdman himself. Woo! Little backside lip slide there. 5-0 to Fakie. Now, after Tony's injury that he had a couple of years ago, there was some problems with it. He got it redone again, different screws.
One might argue that he never let it even begin to heal, and he was back on his board. But
that's what happened. That's exactly what happens. Yeah. I think some close friends were basically like, okay, we need to get this done properly again. He did it in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Some of the skateboarders that I've spoken to that skate with him recently, including Reese Nelson, including a lot of the people who skate this ramp and are in this Legends demo said that he's skating somewhat better than he has in a long time. And I think that's just having the inspiration back. I mean, it's skating with guys like Stevie Caballero, at 59 years old. Lance Mountain, who's not here, just turned 60 years old a couple of days ago. One of my favorite all-time skaters. Also a part of the Power Products and Bones Brigade. It's special that these guys can still do it and they're holding it down, and we can witness it. I think that's really cool.
Agreed. And to overcome injuries at this age it's almost impossible. It takes an insane amount of mental fortitude. Bucky Lassick is 51.
Bucky's doing the trick right there that multiple pro skaters tried in the contest for the last 2 days, or practiced it today. They couldn't do it, now he's trying it. That's how good he is.
Rune switch shove into the tail slide. Ah, that's classic Rune.
Rune.
Here we go, switch, pop shove.
I mean, just such a smooth style. Originally coming out of Copenhagen, Denmark. Traveled the world for years. Whoa! Sandro. There's something about him. His nickname, the Pitbull. And watching someone like Sandro do a 5-0 and then go into like a 10-foot backside air.
Yeah.
I suppose it's just like Guy doing a lip slide into a 900, huh? Maybe it's something in the Brazilian water.
It could be. Andy Mack. He has been in 22 X Games. He's 50. He's trying to get to the Olympics. All right. He's going next week to wherever that qualifier is, Istanbul or something, trying to make it to the Olympics.
It is insane. I was at Tony's ramp a couple of weeks ago, and I've seen them working on a new doubles routine. I mean, those two have won
every X Games gold medal for doubles ever.
Like, they just had it down. So to see them both back out there, like kind of messing with a new line that nobody's seen before for doubles, I mean, maybe we need to see it at the contest.
So Mike Frazier is one of the toughest humans on earth, and he's had more surgeries than anyone I know. Backside lip slide revert.
I thought he was going straight out the door.
Wouldn't phase him. He says getting a knee scope to him is like getting an oil change. He says he's good for another 3,000 miles. He's had like 30 knee scopes.
Okay, when he says that, how long is 3,000 miles in years on a vert ramp?
6 months to a year. He gets a scope every 6 months to a year.
He's doing a lot of miles.
Dude, he does more miles than anyone. Whoa! Dude! Tony doesn't quit, obviously, but every wall, he puts it all in.
There's something about Tony, for the people who don't know at home, is the amount of work that he puts into skateboarding.
He shows up for skateboarding every time.
And not only is he showing up, he's doing demos, he's doing talks, he's doing whatever. He's bringing a team of people with him like this to do demos, and he's feeding it back into the community. And I think that's something that he's always done. And you know, I think that you know, in his legacy, that's something that we'll remember too.
He's been the greatest ambassador that skateboarding could have ever hoped to have.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. He definitely has been the best by far. Yeah, Rune.
Bucky's funny. We skated the ramp this morning, and he showed up and he's like, "I feel terrible," and I'm like, "Yeah."
I hate when really good guys do that.
He dropped in. His first run was 15 walls, looked amazing, and he pops out and he's like, "Yuck, that felt so bad." And I'm like, "Are you just messing with us? Come on." That's who he is.
I feel like Jimmy Wilkins does that too. They both have got the same thing where you're like, He'll do a no-handed 540, like 8 foot out, and then be like, not feeling it today, I'm out. I'm like, all right, see you tomorrow, Jimmy.
Amazing. Yeah.
Speaking of other skateboarders of skating at Tony's ramp, or this ramp, so everyone knows, is Tom Sharp.
I wish he was here. He's at that Olympic thing, right?
Yeah, he's not here. For the viewers, he will be at X Games, I believe. So you'll be able to see him there. Hopefully, definitely in park. Hopefully in Vert too. But he's, word on the street is he's been working on some moves.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, every time I click on Instagram, he's doing some NDD. He did the switch front nose one over the channel on this.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
I've seen a couple of things I'm not even allowed to say. And I'm like, keep your eyes peeled, because there's the video part coming soon, I'm sure, with something or someone. And he's going to have a lot of great stuff.
Can't wait.
I mean, for the Legends demo too, Paul, you'd think that they wouldn't be as going as hard as the women's or the men, but like...
Here's the thing, though. None of these guys became legends by taking it easy.
Yeah.
They all have something burning inside that will never be put out.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
know that.
You cannot skate vert for 50 years without being kind of something wrong with you that motivates you.
I love that. Something wrong with you that motivates you.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be coming from a bad place, but it still gets you up there.
It does.
I don't know. Everybody's different, but it takes something special to risk it, because every time you skate, you can slam your brains out. Yesterday, Tony took the most hideous slam.
Textbook Brun Liftberg there. I'm so sorry.
No.
Let's hear it.
He shouldn't be skateboarding today, because he got body rocked and then flipped into the channel, and he's 56.
And if you heard us on the live broadcast before, when he was in here, he laughed at himself.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't be out there. He had a rough hit yesterday. But he loves the fans. Everyone's here. Here we are. We're doing doubles. Sandro.
The 360 burial.
I mean, what I love when he starts to get on a roll, Sandro. You never know what he's going to do. Tony dropping back in on the ramp.
Alley-oop backside air.
Fans
the
screaming.
tail block
I love
over the gap. That's crazy. Wait, that's that trick that Gon suggested maybe. He's got to kick a foot off. What's it called? I just saw it on their podcast. The moon landing, I think. If he kicks it, frigid judo, tail block slide over the channel, I think we have a moon landing.
I mean, what a great conversation, Tony Hawk and Mark Gonzalez, huh? I mean, for
real.
any fans out there, that just must have been pretty special in itself.
Yeah.
Even for Tony, he said that was like a moment that he wanted to.
All right, Mike McGill on the ramp. He's OG Florida. I knew his parents. They ran a skate park in Tampa. Mike McGill.
He's followed in their footsteps.
yeah, he has. He invented the McTwist. That's all you need to really say. But he has 30, 40, 50 years of skate history. He was OG Bones Brigade. He was in Animal Chin. Just so great. So cool to see him still ripping. And this is Lizzie Armanto.
We went to, or I popped into the Jason Ellis comedy show last night here in Salt Lake City. And he was talking about Mike McGill and how he learnt American, or to speak in American, on the phone. Because when you speak on a telephone, when you speak Australian, they don't really understand what you're saying. You'd have to,
You have to repeat that.
You'd have to repeat yourself a few times. The way he learnt was watching Animal Chin and the way that Mike McGill spoke in it.
What? I wonder what it was about McGill that
It was like everyone was there. Everyone was obviously a lot of skateboarders at the comedy show, so it was quite funny. It was
That
good.
is very funny.
Frazier, one of the best technical vert skaters.
He's up there with Colin McKay for me. I love both of them.
He's made up and invented more tricks than just about anyone. Like, he is on that list with Tony Hawk, Colin McKay, Danny Way in the world of vert. He's had so many video parts too for so many brands, from Element to Toy Machine to Birdhouse to Powell, and on and on.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he was one of those guys. The reason why I wanted to get on Element was because of Mike Frazier. I was like, that brand is sick and it's unbelievable. So
hey, a little birdie just told me that average age of the skaters in this demo is 50. Okay, 50. But
did you just work that out in your head again?
Again,
So
I did it again.
smart.
Hey, I'm welcoming Mitchie Brusco into the booth. Thanks for being here, Mitchie. You killed it tonight in the semis. Great to see you.
Wow, thank you guys for having me. Vert Alert's always especially fun when you can skate well, because I mean, rarely they're judging an entire contest. So when you can feel that momentum building and building and building, as a skater, it's crazy too.
We look like, Corbin said, it looked like you're feeling it out there.
Yeah, it's important to have fun. For me, it's important to have fun. Sometimes I can get too tight, too focused, and then I lose my feet. So if I just have fun and keep my power, don't get so scared, it's nice.
Now let's talk legends. Who's your favorite out here? Who matters to you the most personally? Mitchie Brusco.
So it's crazy for me to see a group of guys that I used to compete against. So when I look at Bucky and Andy and Rune, especially, and Sandro, I have so many memories of being 12, 13, 14.
Mind you, some of them still should be out there competing with you.
Look, I'm not going to say any names, but I had.
Well, you don't want them in. Let's keep them in this division.
I had some questions this week.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Bucky is smashing it. Switch frontside invert.
I mean,
switch eggplant.
What? I think for the question. Sorry, Bucky going mad there. The question that I have, and I've been lucky enough to be there for some of your greatest moments in contests too. Like, what did you pick up? What did you learn from some of these guys?
You know, just what it takes to show up every single time. I think a lot of these guys, we can do it once or twice.
Yes.
But when you look at a 10-year, 20-year career, it is so impossibly difficult to keep showing up.
30-year, 40-year.
And everyone who keeps showing up like that is so respectable on and off the board. They treat themselves right. They treat other people right. It really is the fundamentals like that. And like that's what it's not, we all know where to put our feet for a kickflip. That's not the issue. It's the stuff that's harder and more consistent that I've picked up.
Mitchie, were you a big doubles fan? Would you like to see it back in the mix?
I would love to be in doubles.
Who would you pick to skate with?
Speaking of doubles,
guys,
no sorry to interrupt.
Bring it back to the
get back to the action.
We have Tony Hawk and Andy McDonald, the kings of doubles.
To be able to watch this from the booth.
Oh!
Yeah. Talk about how deadly doubles can get when things go wrong.
There are so many tiny things you have to do to stay safe when you're skating with someone else. And the problem is Tony and Andy know all the things, but it's not like everyone knows it. So when you run a doubles contest, half of the field is starting to run into each other, and the other half knows all the little tricks. It gets crazy. I mean, I would definitely choose Jimmy Wilkins.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah, I love that.
To be able to control your height, go higher or lower, have your tricks consistent enough, be able to work around someone else's mistakes, it takes so much skill.
What I like about double skateboarding is the camaraderie between the two of them. And when I watched Andy and Tony the other day at his ramp when they were like practicing possibly for this moment or something else that's coming up, Tony like nearly hit him on the head on the front side there and was like, oh, well, that's what you get. You should have been lower. Like, these guys are having so much fun while they're doing it too. And that's what it's about.
There's no question. you're not used to working with other people on a skateboard, and when it's almost like when you get the opportunity to, the risk is worth how fun it is.
Absolutely.
I want to give you a shout out for your tutorials on how to do tricks.
Thank you.
I'm always so impressed. I'll be honest. You're talking about tricks that I've done, and you're telling me things that I never realized, and I'm like, that is really, really good and helpful info. It's not the just, I'm going to tell you how to do this trick. Set up your feet and do this. No. You drill down. Is that how your brain works all the time, or do you put extra effort into thinking about those tricks?
Rune! That was a great question, though, Paul. Sorry, Rune Clifford just did a switch kick flip.
Rune's ripping. Yeah, I should be quiet.
No, it is true, though.
Oh, my goodness.
I've watched his tutorials, and I said it to him the other day. I'm really impressed on him.
Let's watch this doubles.
Yeah, let's watch this doubles.
This is magic every time.
Tony hot on his tail. Under over.
There it is.
Oh!
2 in a row.
What have they got? Is there anything else happening here? Okay.
Oh, they turn it into follow the leader.
And
there's another
whoa,
one.
that was close.
Are you kidding?
Dude.
Oh! Are you kidding?
I have a feeling you're
Hawk.
I bet there's more.
And oh!
There is nothing like it.
Tony Hawk and Andy McDonald. I'd get on my feet.
Dude.
I mean, there's something about seeing the two greatest in doubles ever to do it. Yeah. Unbelievable. So sick.
That is hectic.
For this to be my first time doing a broadcast, and it's Tony and Andy doing doubles, is like, it's a bit of a dream.
Yeah, that was a magical moment for sure, especially Tony coming back after everything he's gone through.
It's so impressive.
All right, so Mitchie, is that how your brain works?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you put in extra time for do you think about it beforehand? I'm sure you do, but.
Yep, so I think about it like that. But the team of Skate IQ, the 3 of us, the filmer and the co-founder ask really good questions that new skaters would ask.
Right.
So I've never thought about it like that, but you know, once the carrot is dangled, usually I know where to take it.
They put fresh eyes on it, help
Exactly.
you see it from a different perspective.
Yep, and a lot of hours coaching students this year, and I swear everyone finds a new way to mess it up. And over time, it's just, I've learned so much about how a skateboard works.
Yeah. I'll give you credit for doing something that a lot of other people are doing, but you're the person who's actually contributing something super valuable. So I'll leave it at that.
I appreciate that
100%.
so much.
Back to Steve Caballero. Frontside invert. Oh, he's going to get it. You can feel it. When he's like, I want to make this. I don't want to go up there 2, 3, 4 more times and have to try that. You want to make it now. Because when you start bailing a trick, especially at this age, I see it as like you're digging a hole. You're digging yourself into a hole. And there's only one way to get out of it, and that's you got to land it. And each time it gets a little harder to make, though, because you're deeper in the hole.
Is this like finals time where everyone's just like throwing down no matter what? Hey guys, relax.
You know what doesn't go away with age?
What?
Is the need to stand on everything.
We were talking about that before, and it's like it's built in these guys.
Yeah, these guys can't get rid of it.
There is no point in standing on the ramp at a demo or a contest if you're not going to stand on it. And they still just walk around like that and believe it every day.
This might be Rune's last run, one of the smoothest. I've been really lucky because I've been able to work with him the last couple of years with a brand that I'm working with, and he's just so good. He's the ultimate professional, Rune.
And cool.
He's slick.
He's so cool.
Very cool. I'm actually hoping that we're trying to work out the Copenhagen Pro this year, and hopefully I can hang out with Maroon and do that tour they're doing. So that'll be fun.
You know what? We talk about the mental strength of all these skaters, though. Kevin Staub is a little bit of an exception in that he really he lets the doubt creep in. I can relate to that. It makes it a real struggle to skate in front of big crowds when you're not always feeling your best. To see him up there smashing it is just such a beautiful thing, though. There we go, 80s run, Miller flip.
Where's the 360 shove it? There it is.
Yeah! Thanks for coming. I'm out of here. The crowd goes absolutely wild.
Miguel.
I mean, after having a fall like he did yesterday and skating today is unbelievable. Yeah, Tony. Incredible. Mike McGill. Stevie Cab's back in. He wants it. He's not happy with that last one, so he's going to...
We want this frontside in. Oh, man. That frontside invert.
And you know what? How about that? When you're trying to set up for a trick and you don't even get to it because you fall on a setup, you're deep in the hole, man.
Yeah,
You're digging.
I know that feeling really well.
We all do. We all do, right?
Yeah. Sandro the Pitbull from Brazil.
McTwist to the moon.
The fillers and keeping your speed takes practice. The hard tricks take the effort to just stand on it. So the hardest part of the run a lot of times is getting to the hard trick.
That's a great point.
What a superstar. I always love watching Sandro more than anything.
What?
Andy.
Okay, that's the lean rodeo. He used to call that one the candy flip. But get this, he said, because you can't say candy without Andy.
That's what he said.
It's the most Andy McDonald thing I've ever heard.
That's why everyone changed his name pretty quickly, huh? I do love Andy more than anything, though, and I'm psyched that he runs his program that hard. You know, it's fun. It's good times.
His trick bag is still about as big as anyone's.
Right?
He hasn't lost one trick as far as I know. I can't think of one thing he doesn't do that he used to. Look at that, frontside boneless, frontside invert, fall guy. That's what we're talking about. Nobody does that trick.
Bucky is so athletic.
Oh!
He is, yeah. All right, let's get Cab going on this frontside invert.
All right, Cabby, come on.
Oh, he almost grinded it into the off the edge of the ramp.
I'm not saying this happened to Cab, but something you guys wouldn't know is the altitude affects your speed so much. Every trick carries faster. The pump you're used to is now gaining more speed than you expect. It starts to build on itself. So your third and fourth wall, you're like in a zone you've never been in before.
Wow.
So not only is it hard to breathe, you got to change your timing and your power coming in and out of all of your tricks.
And when you're so used to doing it in a certain altitude, I'm sure that's extremely hard.
It's really hard. It took definitely a full 2 days. And you notice the finals isn't like we'd expect. Some of the guys that are really strong on this ramp, it's just hard to make the adjustments.
Yeah. I like that insight, Mitchie. It hasn't stopped Cab, though. He's back on the ramp again, which I do like.
Wow.
Mike Frazier. Sandro's back in. There must be some sort of record that he's gone from one side of this ramp to the other, right? It's fast. It's really fast.
I never watched Sandro skating without saying this one. Oh, he just
There
did the
it is.
Narjar.
That is it.
First go.
Mitchie, talk to us about that trick.
The fact that he is the only one that can consistently do it legitimately, and he just still throws it out of nowhere.
How difficult is that trick? You're like, I'm talking to one of the best skateboarders, top skateboarders in every single final, Mitchie Brusco. How difficult is that trick?
Usually there's one big thing you have to worry about with a trick. With a Narjar, there's 3 or 4.
Okay.
So your error, the amount of error that you can have is like 0.
Right.
And that's why he doesn't practice it. You don't see him doing Narjars 7 times a session.
He's just doing it with his 10,000 people or 5,000 people.
Throws it out in finals, rolls away, stands on the coping properly. It's amazing.
In the finals of the non-finals of the Legend in Salt Lake City.
This could be their own contest.
McGill back in, backside air. Dude, these guys skated Animal Chin. That was 1987. That ramp was tiny compared to this. That's probably at most a 10-foot transition, 2 feet of vert, but it could have been a 9.5-foot transition, 2 feet of vert.
Have you skated the one at Woodward? The replica?
Yeah.
I mean, that's tight.
Yeah.
Even a couple of these guys were like having troubles. Here's Cabby.
I love the passion.
When they skated that ramp, I was actually there the first day when they were filming for Tony Hawk's documentary as well. And we went there with the whole Bones Brigade crew, including Stacy. And it took a moment for everyone to be like, oh, okay, we're used to skating 13.5 foot. It's a bigger transition. This thing is tight. What were we doing back then? So it took a moment to get used to it.
Rune is on fire right now. So, I don't even want to say it, but this just in. According to the chat, good work, guys. There's 4 broken femurs on the deck in this jam. Let's see.
Let's just keep it. Let's just, guys, for everyone in the truck back there, I love you, but let's just keep it at like the ages. I like that one. I love you guys. That's funny though. I like it.
I know Tony and Scott broke femurs, but who else?
Come on, let's do more research. If we're gonna say it, we need to know everyone.
Yeah, according to YouTube, you guys. Oh, Andy just did a 7. He carves them too, which is sick. Okay, Lindsay Pastrana. She's building a vert ramp right now. She said she's only skated vert 3 times since last year's Legends Jam. So, yeah, it's really hard to step to vert when you haven't been on it every week. Come on.
She just tried a kickflip indie, and fun fact, I was there for her first kickflip indie ever.
Really?
20 years ago.
I mean, she was. There's been a lot of talk, I think recently, and I think it's open between all of us and everyone who loves skateboarding. You know, specifically in female skateboarding, the level has progressed so hard. She was the one who first did the 540 for females.
Yeah.
She pushed that.
Also the kickflip indie.
You know, before that you had Cara Beth Burnside. You know, after that you had Lizzie Amato, among many other great female skateboarders. And now you've got, you know, Arissa True, you've got Reese Nelson. Like, it's the limits are being pushed, and it's happening quicker and quicker.
You know, Arissa is so good. I asked her if she finds 9s or switch 5s harder.
Yeah, I love this. This is great. I love this.
I'm like, I've never met anyone who can do both of them.
Right.
And it's like, I could ask Arissa what she thinks.
And what she said.
And it's so cool, because it's like the 9s are so tiring. They're so exhausting, because you have to put so much energy.
That's your point of view, or she said?
We agreed on that.
Oh, did you?
That they take so much energy, and they're so scary.
Yes.
That you get exhausted if you don't make it quick. Where the switch 5 doesn't take as much energy, but technically it's a little tougher.
Yes.
So I think that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
No, I love that. Really cool. I mean, the 9 looks like it takes a lot. The only person that doesn't look like it takes a lot was for,
Emma Kawakami.
Al? Pronounced Al, sorry.
Oh. Well, and Emma. Both
And
of them.
Emma.
They both
Ow.
were throwing them around like nothing, so. But Mitchie's got a really clean 9, too. And Guy whips 9s like nobody's business.
I mean, the last time Tony did a 9, he was 47 years old.
He paid a heavy price for it. But one of the greatest like intros to a movie ever is him battling that trick.
It is.
Man.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
Here's Stevie Caballero. The crowd is behind him.
One of the greatest frontside inverts to ever ride. So let's get it right here. Yes!
Stevie Caballero. He wanted that one. He was putting that down no matter what.
Here comes the Caballero.
Oh!
He's 59.
Yes, Stevie. Wow.
Nothing but respect. To be able to read the moment like that too, that was the time to put it down.
Wait, I think maybe, did Stevie break his femur doing a motorcycle accident? I think he might have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'm grasping here.
We're not talking about any broken bones anymore. I'm done. Let's get over this. We can talk about it after.
Dude, Fraser was in the danger zone right
He
there.
was.
That was scary.
You call that a dead sailor.
Yeah. All right, Bucky back in. I mean, no one does heel flip frontside cabs still. No one does it.
It was Bucky and Shaun White in the heyday.
Yeah.
So the only 2 guys I've seen do it.
Switch bump. Oh, switch quick flip. If anyone you have to go and watch some of the video parts that these guys and girls have put together over the years if you haven't seen them. If you're new to skateboarding and you're watching this, please do yourself some favor, jump on YouTube and do some research. Because watching people like Rune Glifberg's video parts or Tony or Cab, it's something special.
Look, they're cooking up something, I think.
Looks like these guys are squabbling or debating something or working on a... What do they got going on?
Are they trying to figure out where they're going for dinner? Is that it?
Maybe they're trying to decide who's buying.
Are we doing sushi or the steakhouse? Is that it?
We'll see.
Bucky is the most competitive person I've met over my years of competing. He wants it so bad.
Andy Mack up to his old tricks. This is the manual.
The hardest part about doing a manual on vert is coming in. Because if you shoot out, or lean in and
get caught on top there.
Yeah,
a back truck, leaving a back truck up there. No, thank you. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of just need enough speed. If you don't have enough speed, you're in trouble.
He was barely rolling, but he's good like that.
Rune just wanting this. Loving the demo situation.
You could tell he's been skating a lot. He's looking really comfortable on his board, totally back on it. It's so fun to watch him skate like this.
I know we've only got a couple of minutes to go, Paul. We're going to say goodbye to Mitchie Brusco now. Mitchie, thanks so much for having us. Hey, I am really, really excited to see you tomorrow.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you
and
guys
good
for
luck
having
tomorrow.
me. Yeah, I look forward to it. I'm going to go get some rest.
Yep.
Try and start it out strong.
Awesome.
Okay, talk to you guys soon.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Mitchie. Some really, really great insights there. You know, I love the conversation between him and Arissa on, you know, two probably, I mean, the
Very
the
few
people that
beat
can
any
do
of those
900s and switch McTwists
very limited.
You know the first, well, oh, look what we got going on here right now. Bucky's dropping in, and then I feel like Andy's setting up for something. And could Sandro be setting up for something?
Yeah, we've got three. We've got three people on the ramp at once. I bet you that Sandro's going to go highest.
He's got the hardest job. He has to go high.
Whoa!
Oh,
dude! I was terrified for Bucky's 50-50 out of that. Wow.
Bucky did a crail slide under Andy and got his helmet skimmed.
Terry, the stadium was on their feet. Bucky's going to be terrified about that 50-50. I was like, I would have hated to jump in that channel.
You know, there's like shows that they hype something up for the crowd that's actually like all fluff. That is so gnarly, I can't even begin to imagine. Any spot you are, if you're in the middle, good luck. Send it up to Tony Hawk.
Especially thank Taylor Randall of the University of Utah for loaning us this arena for the first time. We'd love to come back. We appreciate it. And Jeff Robbins of the Utah Sports Commission. He is literally the reason we've been here every single year. He's the reason that Vert Alert is in Salt Lake City. So thank you, Jeff. You guys are supporting vert skating. Hey, what do you think? You think vert should be in the Olympics now? Me too. All right, make sure you come back tomorrow for women's and men's vert finals and best trick. You're gonna see better tricks than that. Thank you.
Give it up, everybody, for Tony Hawk.
Man of the moment. I mean, what a demo he just put on there. The last run did it for me with the doubles run with Andy Mack and him. Really, really something special to watch. I mean, we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legends up there that don't want to get on the ramp.
Skaters want to skate. You don't become a legend by bailing out early.
That's it. I mean, tomorrow is going to be unbelievable. I can't wait. I can't wait for the women's. I can't wait for the men's. Watching the semi-finals today, and I know a few of those skateboarders, both in men's and women, were some of them were at 50% to 75%.
Right.
So I feel like tomorrow, if they're going to push to 90 and 100, then we're going to be in for a really, really special show.
Absolutely. The best skaters in the world. Now we're down to the top 8 in men's and women's. And remember, the stakes. The top 6 skaters tomorrow guarantee their ticket to X Games in Ventura. So that's a big deal. You could make the finals and you still haven't quite finished the job yet. It's going to be a great day. So today we saw it all. We saw the best skaters trying to make it to tomorrow's finals. I mean, always the highlight, though, today here in Utah is the Legends Jam. We're seeing the people that invented all of it.
Yeah.
They made up. I bet the people on the ramp in the Legends demo invented 50% of the tricks that exist on Vert, if not more. Maybe
not more.
60, 70, 80%. But yeah, come on.
I mean, yeah, it's something special. It's really, really something special. You know, I said it earlier and touched on it briefly that, you know, when do you see in any other sport, you know, the legends of the sport for 1, 2, 3, 4 decades still skating at a level that is so incredibly high.
Yeah.
Like it's really something special, and you know that's something special about skateboarding in general. That, you know, you can have a 9-year-old female vert skater from Perth, Australia, skating with, you know, Tony Hawk here, that is, you know, well into his 50s and still skating.
As long as you can show up and put it down, you're in the club. But you know what? It's the hardest thing in the world to do that. To be on a ramp this size, skating at this level in front of the crowd and your peers and absolute legends, it's tough. Look at that. Rune Glifberg, switch shove it. Tony Hawk almost getting smoked on the Indy, hanging on, and he just kept going. Rune,
these are some of the best highlights for the Legends demo. Sandro, 360 barrel.
Insane. Lizzie Armanto, the first woman to do the loop. She's been on the cover of Thrasher. She skated in the Olympics. Who could say they've done all those things?
She has a pro shoe.
Yes.
She has a pro shoe and Vans. I think the she's had the high top version come out. Now the low top version's out.
What's left?
I feel like Lizzie is on her way to Tony, as in like she's bigger than skateboarding. She's definitely she transcends, and not many people can do that in any sport.
That's what it takes to be a legend. And like cabs, frontside invert right there. Here we go. Here's the triples. Whoa.
Oh.
Watch Bucky on the bottom.
The other look that we couldn't see everyone what was going on. Oh, yeah, Bucky nearly did get a haircut on that one. Then he goes into the 50-50. He had no speed on that. I was terrified. I bit all my nails on that off. What an amazing day of skating.
Best day ever. Future legends on the ramp tomorrow. Women's finals, then men's finals. The top 8 from both groups out of today. Tomorrow, the top 6 will be punching their tickets to the X Games in Ventura. Join us at 3 p.m. Mountain Time from Salt Lake City.